what's your name?
Alright everybody, hello and welcome to another episode of a Ghosts of Tsushima livestream. I am Blue and I'm joined by Red.
Heyo!
And Cyan.
What's up?
For those of you who saw the first livestream, we are exactly where we left off because I did not play the game at all yesterday because I was busy.
No, we played Age of Empires.
Yeah, we played Age of Empires instead, which was a lot more fun. Except, no, that was actually kind of an annoying game.
It was a terrible game.
We played on a high difficulty. We kept getting spammed by baddies the whole game.
Pretty much what they did was they just kept throwing things at us, and our AI was like super dumb, so I'd set them to guard the castle, and they were like, you know, it'd be more fun than guarding the castle? Not guarding the castle! And would like run into the other people's camps. I'm like, get your butt back here.
Let me run into the enemy line that's 5 scorpions thick.
Yeah, so like, you'd have these cavalry archers, and the thing is, we had a tower, and we had a castle, so like, if we could keep the battle close to us, then the castle and the tower took out most of the enemies from their archery anyway. But instead, they kept thinking, you know what would be more fun to do, instead of doing that, is not do that, and just run straight on into their scorpions and try to take them out with a spear.
Yeah, we won with a wonder victory, but it was a meat grinder. We had the Battle of the Somme going over there. It was not a good time.
We just threw like 100 workers at it trying to build a wall so that the army would be forced to stay inside the wall.
It did work.
It did work.
But anyway, that's not what we're playing today. That's another live stream for another day. Today we're playing some more Samurai Simulator 2020, Ghosts of Tsushima. Ow.
This is not Assassin's Creed.
No, it's not Assassin's Creed. I have to
Super
admit that
definitely
fall damage
not.
exists.
Look at that top knot.
Just gonna be doing some side questing, bopping around, seeing what's good. The thing that I wanted to take a look at first is that little. Wait, can I zoom? I can't zoom, but there's a lighthouse in the distance, and I want to go investigate that lighthouse. So we're gonna take a look, see what we can find.
Gonna light the house?
Yeah. The one thing that is interesting is that on the east side of the island, you can actually see all of the Mongol ships, which is what we had at the very beginning of the stream. So you might have noticed a whole bunch of baddies over on the side there. Oh, is that a golden bird? That's a golden bird. Tell me your secrets, golden bird.
Baby bird.
What?
Do you think when the bird leads you to like a hot spring, it's like, now show me the buns?
Oh, that's cursed. Super cursed.
So in the slightly
Bird's
less...
like, oh gosh, look at this lovely bathtub. Guess you just don't have any other options.
Well, this bird only wants your poetry, not your ass.
Yeah.
So,
This bird likes an intellectual.
You only want me for my reflections on Strife.
what I was quoting when I said baby bird is there's a video of like this parrot or parakeet, whatever it is, that's the person's trying to say like nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, but it keeps getting distracted like halfway through. So at one point it goes, nobody expects baby bird.
Oh, no.
I don't think I was sent the right PowerPoint. I'm doing work in the background and I don't think this is the right PowerPoint.
Oh no.
Ugh.
Because it's all
Hashtag just business things.
well, the title slide was correct. But the rest of it is all for a different compound.
Oh no. Oh, that's bad.
No!
Now look at this beautiful haiku
Honestly,
that
though,
I've
that's-
composed. Look at how edgy and moody it is.
Oh. Ooh,
Are you
can
in
you
your
read it?
blue
I can't see
period?
it yet.
Oh, it's okay.
Nope.
No,
but you
I
can read
missed
it when
it.
it pops up.
Yeah, I can read it when it pops up.
Okay,
but
okay, hold
you'll
on.
see it on the thing in like
I only
2
saw the
seconds.
second line in the third
Headband
one.
of Strife. Unknown horizons. Struggle and cry out for help. Shattered, but alive.
Ah. Ooh. Yeah,
Ow, I cut myself on all of this edge.
Are you going through your blue period?
Red, because of all the blood.
Still the best line from Lilo and Stitch. No, that's from my blue period.
That was a really deep cut, and I like that joke a lot. Let's do Headband of the Invasion still. Let's keep that there. So, for everybody in the chat, all 745 of you.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, I hope that you're having fun on this this Thursday.
I hope that you guys at least had a good morning, because none of us did.
Oh, that's a lot
Yeah.
of beats.
Okay, who wants to go first?
You can go first,
Yeah,
because
Red,
I,
you start.
I have to send an email
Okay.
telling them that they gave me the wrong PowerPoint.
Let's finish knocking on the coffee real quick. So here's the thing, guys. As you may know, my sleep schedule is a little bit offset from the average, by about 4 to 6 hours most of the time. I stay up very late, and I tend to wake up pretty late. And what this means is that this stream is actually happening at a time where I would normally be awake, but I would normally have, like, just woken up. And that's not a condition I want to do a stream in, so I wake myself up about an hour earlier on days like this. So, I always try and get to bed relatively early by my standards so I can get the full 8 hours in. And inevitably, whenever I do this, I naturally wake up after about 5 hours. Like, sunshine and birds singing, just luxurious. It's like a Disney princess wake up, but I know I need to get more sleep because if I try and do a stream on 5 hours, it's gonna be incoherent and not good, and I'm gonna be miserable. So I'm like, no, brain, listen, thank you for this concept, but I really need more sleep. Can we please do more sleep? And my brain's like, but you feel so good now. You feel so refreshed on only 5 hours. Isn't this amazing? And I'm like, yes, but I know it's not gonna last. I know the monkey's paw is curling as we speak. You gotta let me go back to sleep, man. And, after about an hour, my brain is like, well, all right, if that's what you really want. And then I go to sleep. And then the second wake up, whoa, that one's a doozy.
It's like Indiana
It's
Jones.
like,
You have chosen.
I'm like curled up. I'm like curled up into a ball so hard that somehow I've left like fingerprints on my own arm. And like I'm all hot and gross. My alarm is blaring 2 feet from my head. Somehow I've accidentally called like a spam number that called my phone 2 days ago. And it's like talking at me and I don't know what's going on. And I'm just like, oh God, what's happening? And then 15 minutes later, I'm like, all right, I think I'm like a functional human being, but I never regained that first glorious wake-up high because my brain likes to torment me. So that was my dubious morning.
So,
how about you guys?
Well, our dubious morning starts, well, I mean, it started a little bit. You woke up first and fed the cat, which is great. So I woke up and I see, you know, Cat has a little bit of wet food in her bowl. I'm like, oh, blue-fed Cleo, great. So I just need to give her some dry food because she gets wet food in the morning and then dry food throughout the day because she'll kind of like self-regulate whatever you eat. That's a lot more mangas than
Yeah, I really messed up. I tried to do I tried to shoot the fire pit to make it like explode, but then what happened instead was no damage was dealt, and I just ended up alerting the entire camp to my presence. So I will surely die.
You will get to try again though.
Yes.
So anyway, I go to open the cabinet where we keep the cat food, and it's stuck. And of course, I have the cat screaming at me because what she does, she wakes us up both very differently. When she wakes Blue up, she body slams you by jumping off the top shelf.
Yeah, no, she kamikazes like straight into me. Like, good morning!
But then she kind of leaves you alone. Like, she's very nice to you after that. With me, she doesn't do that. She just kind of walks up to me and noses me and licks me because she knows that I'll get up. I'm a pretty light sleeper.
Oh, hold on, guys. Sorry, game audio's too loud.
Oh. Let me
When
change
you're
that
fighting.
again.
Yeah. Don't want to miss this amazing cat body slam story.
Cool. Let's try that.
Okay, sorry. This is unrelated, but my boss just emailed me back and she's like, yes, I see that. Can you just use this as a summary, like as a template? I'm like, sure, but then I'm not updating the summary, I'm making a new summary, which is fine. But anyway, so then, you know, the cat is screaming at me because when she wakes me up, she's like very nice, she noses me awake, and then as soon as I like get out of bed, she starts screaming and does not stop screaming until there is food in her bowl. Doesn't matter if there's already food in her bowl. She will scream until I actively put food in her bowl. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get this door open with a cat screaming at me and the door will not open. So I end up giving her a small piece of chicken to get her to stop yelling and go wake Blue up. I'm like, I can't get the door open. So we spend like half an hour or so trying to get this stupid door open. Possibly even longer. It might have been an hour.
It was approximately an hour.
It was okay. So we spent an hour trying to get this stupid door open. Finally, we get the door open. I take off the handle, take out the locking mechanism, and we're like kind of looking over it. Clint, did you not die?
No, I didn't die.
Nice.
I know.
The way of the samurai.
I'm surprised too.
So
You know, I actually noticed this last time. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt
no,
real
no,
quick.
go.
But every time you said you were gonna die last time, you didn't die and just like walked it off like a cool dude. And it might be a bit of a struggle to get bingo this time, honestly.
Ooh.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry.
Good.
Sorry.
Player
No,
capture
sorry.
and the saga of the closet door.
Yeah, so I wake Blue up, and we spend an hour trying to get the door open. Finally, we get the door open. I take out the handle, I take out the locking mechanism, clean it all, get the locking mechanism seeming to work. Like, you can push it in with your thumb, and I'm like, okay, this is great. So I put the lock mechanism in and close the door to try it out with the handle, and lo and behold, it is stuck, except for now there's not a handle in it. So, in desperation,
chosen
we spend
poorly.
another half hour like trying to Google how do you open a door before finally coming across this one man's video, which if you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen me tweet out this random video of how to open a door with a paperclip.
It was the coolest
It was the
moment when we
coolest
actually
thing.
got it to
Yeah,
work.
We had to go to a store, buy paper clips, come back, finally get the door open, and so we just took the entire handle out and the locking mechanism, and now the door just doesn't have a handle, and it's just gonna stay that way until someone from the building comes and fixes it, because we're just not dealing with that again. So, yeah, it was fun. It took from like 7 a.m. to like 9:30.
You've reminded me of a very short anecdote from my early childhood. It was a very interesting day. I learned both how door locks worked and that my mom knows how to pick locks with a hairpin.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Did you have like the ones where they like where the pull down handle with the little hole in the middle?
Actually, no. It was like our bathroom door had a little push button lock on it, but
Nice.
it was round. It was like just a round knob.
Yeah.
And I, inquisitive child that I was like, so what does this button do? And they were like, oh, well, that locks the door. And I was like, interesting. It looks like you can lock the door and then walk outside the door and then pull the door closed. I wonder if that locks it.
Oop.
I was a very inquisitive child. It was the scientific method, all right? I learned a lot that day. Like, that does indeed lock the door, but there's no one in the room to unlock the door. So, and that's when I was like, oh, I'm gonna be in trouble, aren't I? But then, like, 15 minutes later, my mom came in with a bobby pin and just popped the door open. To this day, I don't know how. But,
So, in a similar vein, my youngest sister, who does not watch these streams because she'd be mad at me for sharing the story, but my youngest sister, when she was very little, there was like probably like a 2-month period.
oh, God.
Do you mind?
I
Excuse
recognize
you.
there's a fire, but we're trying to stream here.
We're people on the internet. Don't you know who we are?
Oh, that's the funniest Game Grumps animated, where Danny's
Yeah.
like, you can bring the ketchup packets to my car.
Don't you know who I am? Anyway.
But yeah, so there was like a
Ollie.
2-month period where she was strong enough to lock the door handles we had, but not strong enough to unlock the door handles we have. But for the life of her, she would not stop locking the door because the rest of us locked our doors because she's about 6 years younger than I am. So she's like, the rest of you lock your doors, so I'm gonna lock my door as well. So what she would do is she would go in her room, and then she'd lock the door, and then she'd start crying because she couldn't unlock the door. So every person in my family knows how to unlock the certain kind of doors we had using just like a little straight pick thing, because we all had to constantly unlock my sister from these rooms multiple times a day for like 2 months.
Fun.
Did you say younger sister or youngest sister?
Youngest sister.
Oh, okay,
This is
cool,
the
cool,
youngest
cool,
one.
cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
This sister is actually now 17 years old, and just recently got her license. So, because the
Ooh.
DMV is finally open again. Yay.
Oh, good.
So, she's an
Ah,
adult
yes,
now.
the joys of going to the DMV.
Yeah. So now she doesn't lock her. Well, now if she locks herself in the room, we don't have to unlock it because she can open the door herself. Generally.
The most
Amazing.
disappointing part of this morning and not being able to get the door open was like, man, I've been watching lockpicking lawyer videos for months now, and this is helping me exactly zero.
Well, no, that's not true. You knew to try to shim it.
I mean, yeah, but that's about as far as I got, because it's like,
Not to
now,
worry,
what
guys,
happens
I've
when there's
played
no lock and
Skyrim.
it's just the door handle that's the problem? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No smooth streaming. Damn it.
Oh no.
It'll adjust. Remember, we have the settings in place. It'll be fine.
No, I got the little message that it's not bueno. Oh, well,
No.
that's fine.
No, I can see it, but remember, we have the settings that make it adjust when that happens.
Okay, fair enough.
So it'll counter, like it did last time.
Someone said, "At Overlay Sarcastic Productions, great, one excellent scene videos today."
Well, thank you.
And someone else said,
Thank you.
"Self-sealing child, how convenient."
Oh God.
We had a lot of fun with those one excellent scenes. Nando came to us and a bunch of other people, obviously, in like like May about it, and we're like,
I
oh
think
hell
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that was maybe earlier even.
Actually, no, it was probably
because originally
like April, because then it was going to be a month ago, and then it got bumped.
Yeah,
but
because
it
of
ended up
the
working
we
out
were
great.
trying to coordinate.
Yeah.
We were trying to coordinate with the New Mutants trailer, which has of course been bouncing around all over the place. So
Yeah.
whatever.
But this was a really fun exercise, and I hope that you all enjoyed it. I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do here.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do for work as well, so it'd be like that sometimes.
Because there's no more Mongols here.
That's rough.
I've killed them all.
Did we never do a mouse study? That seems like an oversight. Oh no, we did. I just didn't do it. Someone
Theoretically,
did work
if I go,
that wasn't me.
if I just go whistling everywhere, then anyone in a 5-mile radius will be able to hear me and come try to fight me.
Yeah, do it.
Chat is absolutely full of people recounting stories of times that they locked their doors the exact same way. So
Yes.
thanks for the solidarity, guys. I'm
Like
glad
that.
that's the universal human experience.
Well, if you ever find your door is completely stuck and you can't get it open, try using a very large paper clip. And we had to use some pliers because our paper clips weren't quite large enough to get the leverage we needed.
Oh, that kind of reminds me of another quick, precocious young red anecdote, which was, I got a screwdriver when I was like 10 or 11 for some kind of electronics project, I think. But
Found the rest
here's
of
the
the
thing:
Mongols.
you all know the adage, when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Yeah.
When you get your first Phillips head screwdriver, you start noticing just how many screws there are and things you deal with on a daily basis.
Yes.
So I went on a bit of a spree. I stopped just short of unscrewing the baby gate but to this day, I'll like notice the shiny little screws on it and be like, I could pop those out of there pretty easily. I don't know where these instincts came from, but they are overwhelmingly powerful.
So your parents really screwed up there, giving you the screwdriver.
Ayo.
Hey.
Thank you.
Well, I think it was like a tiny little like one of those. The handle was maybe an inch long, like one of those little things just for a project. So I didn't get much leverage, but man, I was persistent. I had like a little, like an art case from FAO Schwartz or something that had little screws holding the hinges together, and I was like, I could probably use those hinges in something. 2 of those there, that box doesn't close right.
Yeah. I definitely like to take things apart as a child, but unlike you, I don't remember my first screwdriver. Although I do know that when we went to visit my parents not too long ago, and I mentioned to my dad, like, you have a lot of screwdrivers, can I have one? And so what he did was he just took a large Ziploc bag and just filled it with
Full of
various
screwdrivers.
sizes of screwdrivers. So now I have, I kid you not, probably 15 screwdrivers, but most of them are flatheads.
Huh.
I feel like that's like a joke line in Cards Against Humanity, like 15 Phillips head screwdrivers in a plastic bag.
Yeah. Oh man. I've been building
Father.
some furniture lately from Wayfair, and
Bougie.
I've been getting a lot of mileage out of my my Phillips head and flathead screwdriver, because that's really all you need to make your dreams come true. That and a hammer, but
Yeah.
I already have one of those. So
Bonus
it's all good.
points if you have an Allen wrench.
I actually think I do. I don't know where I got all these tools from. I've basically never done actual tinkering in my life. I just have them.
I mean,
It's my dragon
sometimes
horde,
you
I
just
guess.
buy fun things. Like when the Radio Shack near us was going out of business, I bought a soldering iron and a bunch of solder.
The thing with Allen
I
keys,
actually
I
do
feel
have a
like,
soldering iron.
They're so fun.
It's like there's
They
so
are.
many Allen keys in IKEA furniture. I feel like there's one point in the country of Sweden where if you
there's
take an
an
Allen
IKEA
key
left
to
on
it, the whole
Sparkly.
country will just disassemble.
Oh, never mind. You don't need that sparkly. You have smoke bombs now?
Yeah, I've got smoke bombs now.
Neat.
I got those on Tuesday.
You should have thrown one of those in the fire.
I should have.
Oh, there's a dude up there. Oh, and there's 2 dudes over there.
Can I get this guy? No, I'm not close enough. What if I jump?
Then you will be jumpy. You can probably get those guys.
Yeah. Well, I can at least murder this man in the face. Ooh, no. No, I can't.
No, you can't. Was he wearing a helmet or something?
No, I just missed.
Oh.
Luckily, no one else saw.
Amateur hour.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the OSP stream, Cyan.
I don't know what we
Oh, you know what I can do, though?
What? Did we do that? We did do that. Did we do that?
Haha.
Oh god.
Ninja moves.
Now chat is just full of people describing their soldering iron mishaps. Guys,
yes.
the trick is you don't touch the metal part
Yeah.
at any point.
Ever.
Listen, I know solder melts at a relatively low temperature compared to most, like, metals, because it's actually an amalgam with, like, a rosin in it or something. But you still don't want to touch it with your bare skin.
It does depend on what kind of solder you have.
That is true. That's true. I think I
will
got a
say-
soldering iron because I like, assisted at an electronics course taught by my high school for much younger kids, so that do not touch the metal part of the soldering iron. Do not chase people around with the active soldering iron. Like basic soldering iron safety was very, very hammered home because it was like, all right, kids, now we're going
here's the thing. I
to
was supposed to assassinate
try not
the
to
guy,
get sued today.
but instead I
Oh.
walked onto the platform, bumped the man off the platform, and then proceeded to get shot on my way down the ladder.
Did we lose Red?
Rip.
Oh, no, you're
No,
there.
Red's there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, no one actually ever taught me how to use a solder. Okay, that's not true. So, the fun thing...
Self-taught in the art of the soldering iron.
The fun thing about being in engineering is they kind of assume that at some point you are taught certain things that you're not always taught. Especially if, like me, you skip a lot of the intro classes because you're placed out of them for some reason.
Yeah,
and then you show
I had
up,
that experience with physics class.
Yeah, so you show up
Sorry,
to your
yeah,
electronics class and they partner you up and they say, okay, go solder this thing. And I'm like, sure. I understand the concept of a soldering iron. I eventually was told by my friend that I was doing it wrong because no one ever taught me that, like, you're not supposed, well, I mean, the time from me starting to use a soldering iron and learning this was different, but I thought you were supposed to, like, melt the solder just, like, onto it, like you would use, like, a hot glue gun, where you melt the glue and then just drop it where you want it. So I thought you just touched the solder with the soldering iron and just kind of dripped it onto where you want it. They're like, no, that's not, don't do that. And I'm like,
You kind of just dab them together at the exact point of contact.
Exactly.
So it doesn't. But yeah.
But yeah, so
I can see the confusion. Hot glue guns give you all the wrong muscle memory.
Exactly, and hot glue guns are so great. I love hot glue guns.
Oh, absolutely.
We hot glued together a bunch of flowers, and that's...
We did.
Yeah, so I posted it on my
Ooh.
Instagram, which is only food and occasionally cat pics.
And that one time flowers.
And
Oof.
art.
Indigo
Where?
just said,
Oh,
at least you
God.
weren't taught how to solder by a mutual friend of ours who will remain unnamed. But you know exactly who I'm talking about, Blue.
Yeah, I think I remember this anecdote. Was I there for that?
You might have been.
Maybe.
For context, she is a film major and has done a lot of tech and definitely knew how to use a soldering iron.
But
yeah, I posted on our Instagram. We put together like a big flower wreath with a bunch of wood flowers that we had gotten because we were thinking about possibly using them at a wedding in the foreseeable future. Because regular flowers have a lot of problems, like the fact that they wilt. You have to get them day of. They smell like flowers, which can be good or can be bad. And also, I'm allergic to everything and also nothing. And several of my sisters are allergic to pollen. And you know, it just seems like a lot more trouble than it would be worth.
Yeah.
And you know what
Gross.
I'm not allergic to? Wood. Especially because I think these are made of balsa wood, which is generally just like a nice wood. No one's allergic to them.
no one dislikes you, balsa wood.
They can't
Yeah.
help but fear you.
Also, what is
The second
everyone's
part of
friend?
that quote just completely changes it. It's great. I gotta rewatch Civil War.
Hot glue guns are fun. They are fun.
Where are these Mongols?
Too fun. These are some sneaky Mongols.
Yeah, seriously.
Everyone in the chat's being really nice and wholesome.
Aw, that's good.
I'm
Thank you,
just
chat.
worried.
Well, I think everyone's just commiserating over soldering accidents.
Yes.
Now they're commiserating over
God.
hot glue gun accidents.
Yeah, those are worse actually. Solder
Anyone
at least
else that
cools
haven't-
quickly.
Drop Cyan in a forest and she's going to die? Oh, honey. Probably not, but like also I will die in my own living room. It's not a nature specific allergy. It's just allergy. I am literally allergic to both everything and nothing. It's very fun and very confusing for my allergist. Poor man. The amount of glue guns burns I got while making a balsa wood bridge. You got to use glue guns? We had to use like Elmer's glue. I had to make a balsa wood bridge, and then we also had to make like, I forget what we had to do. For engineering, we had to make a stupid like truss bridge, and I cannot for the life of me remember what they were made out of. And I want to say like straws. Green, if
They
you're in
do that a lot.
Green, if you're in the stream, back me up here. I'm very confused.
Oh, there they are. Oh my god, they're at the top of the hill. Jeez. Finally.
Oh, I love this.
There we go. Oh, okay, camera. Work with me.
There we go. I think
Does
there's
not
also
like hills.
There's also an archer somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Uh-oh. Watch out for those guys. Oh, that reminds me of more fun Kurosawa facts. So, Kurosawa did a absolute shitload of movies, but he did 2 movies that are Shakespeare adaptations. He did Ran, which is King Lear, and he did Throne of Blood, which is Macbeth, which is really cool. But in the finale of Throne of Blood, Toshiro Mifune's character, who's the Macbeth figure, gets betrayed by his own army, and they shoot a whole bunch of arrows in him. And I was kind of curious about how they did that scene, because I was like, man, that's a lot of arrows. Like, a lot of arrows. He's just, like, running back and forth screaming for 2 minutes while they shoot arrows at him. I wonder how they did this. And how they did that is they shot arrows at him.
Oh my god.
Well, okay, it's not quite as bad as it sounds. What they did, apparently, is they made these arrows where instead of having a normal arrowhead, they had essentially a short, wide tack kind of thing. So they would stick in the armor like a proper arrow. They wouldn't, like, droop. But, you know, that basically meant they were shooting pointy-tipped arrows at him. And
Wow.
when the stunt coordinator or something was like, okay, Toshiro, here's the arrows we're gonna be firing at you. What do you think? He like looks at them and he's like, I can work with this.
Yeah. Legend.
And the first day they filmed the scene, after they finished shooting arrows at him, he's like, are we done for the day? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, are we doing that again tomorrow? And they're like, no. And he's like, okay, let's all get drunk. And just pulls out a case of beer.
Oh my god.
And
Beautiful.
it would be harrowing, like, no matter how stoic and professional you are. So, good stuff. Look up Throne of Blood arrow scene for the scene, and it'll also give you that behind-the-scenes video where they explain how they did it. It is amazing. I mean, you have to remember, a lot of these were being made in, like, the 50s through the 70s, so special effects were mostly practical, and often you only got, like, one shot at really complicated effects, so.
Yeah.
I think in Ron, they burned down a whole building in a long take, and they're like, yeah, we
Wow.
only get to do this once, so nobody mess up!
Sorry,
Jeez.
someone posted in the chat, Cyan walks into hospital, allergist, why do I hear boss music?
Oh gosh.
You're
that's
not
good.
entirely wrong, but the first time I met my new allergist, who is very great, by the way,
Excuse me?
I tend to have a problem with doctors, like, leaving or practices consolidating, so I end up losing doctors a lot, unfortunately, but this one's really great. The first time I was scheduled to have this appointment with him, like, 3 months in advance, and the day of the appointment comes, and it's supposed to be a Zoom appointment because, you know, coronavirus. And we're like Zoom calling. He's like, wait a second, are you in the hospital right now? And I was like, yeah, because I happened to be in the ER that day. I had been admitted the night before, and I was still there the next morning. He's like, what hospital are you at? And I told him, he's like, that's the one I work at. I'm just going to come down and see you. So he just comes down. He's like, so why are you here? I'm like, allergies. He's like, So we had fun.
Good stuff.
We're working towards better answers than you're allergic to everything. Which started with allergy tests, which came back all negative. So I'm allergic to nothing that you would get tested for on an allergy test, but also, yes, I'm allergic to all of those things. So we have a lot of fun with the allergist. He says it's a lot of fun. I get to remind him of things he had to study a long time ago.
Oh, good. It's always fun to be a reference in a medical textbook.
Everyone's like, oh no, it's the incident! She said it! Sorry, friends.
Oh, we didn't put it in the
our
title, we
monetization.
should be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine. The goofy medical conditions thing reminded me. There's a thing that runs in my mom's family that I did not get, which is called vasovagal syncope.
Oh yeah.
And if you guys have, for those of you unaware, I'm not super familiar with it because I don't have it, but Magenta does, and it's basically one of those things where if your body thinks it's under threat, it will make you pass out by restricting the blood flow to your brain. And some things that make it think that it needs to pass out include getting shots, or thinking about getting shots, or not drinking enough water.
Yeah.
Or so it's just a whole thing. Which makes it kind of like I have to remember not to describe gross medical things to Magenta, lest fainting occur.
I have a similar but slightly different condition. I have what's called postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which pretty much translates to sometimes I stand up and my heart goes into tachycardia and then I fall over. And it doesn't help that I generally also have low blood pressure, which makes it a lot worse. So we're on a lot of medications to deal with that, which is fine. But sometimes I'll just like be sitting, and even then, like I'll just be sitting up straight, and my body will be like, "Oh shit, we forgot how to bring blood to your head." Oh, we're going down. I'm like, wait, no, what?
It's happening.
I'm like, I've just been sitting here. It's like it's too much. It's too much.
Are they fighting? Who is fighting?
We're under attack! Your body's very overzealous at protecting your brain.
What doesn't Cyan have? I'm not allergic to gluten or dairy. Those are the first two things they ever ruled out.
Oh, thank goodness.
So I can eat cheese and eat bread, and honestly, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Forget everything else. We got cheese and bread.
Blood for the blood gods, but Cyan is the blood god.
Cool. Ooh, uh-oh. Damn it.
What a wonderful world.
Everyone's just talking about their family's medical conditions. It's fun.
So, in fun news, this guy is basically the only guy we have to worry about, because he killed everybody else, because people were attacking his base.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Is that like organic in-game?
Yeah, I think it was a bandit attack that came in. So his health got whittled down to like half because I was able to kill him really easily.
Oh, you only need one more for the win stand.
I know. Alright, where is the bad guy? Aha. I do like that Jin will automatically face in the direction of bad guys. It's a subtle little cue to, to keep you on track, so that you don't get completely lost.
That's good. With free camera movement, it's easy to get disoriented.
Ta-da. The problem with the other one was that actually wasn't a camp that I could complete. It was just some stuff, which makes me think that there's probably a story reason to go there later. Because, like, I killed all those Mongols and, like, didn't actually get anything for it. They were just kind of there. So I wonder if maybe it's a thing that might be relevant later. So maybe later in the game we'll come back to that first camp by the shore. Ooh, a golden burb.
Not to be heretical, but we could try doing some of the main plot.
The burb is stuck.
Oh no.
Wait, hold on.
The burb is...
Oh, darn it. It's okay, you all saw it.
Oh, there it is.
Be free, golden burb. Oh shit.
Yep, fall damage exists in this game.
I didn't realize there was so much empty space on the other side of that.
So much damage to fall. Well, generally when you make walls, you want them to be taller than a person, because if they're not taller than a person...
No, but I didn't realize it was like also a wall on the edge of a cliff face.
Ah. You overtook Mr. Bird.
Just trample this poor golden bird.
Where'd it go?
Out of the way.
Oh, it's over there. Sitting
It's over
right
there.
there. I think.
Can I help you?
I think it's the helmet.
Oh, a hat. Oh, fantastic. All right, I'm too warm. It's summer. I'm turning the fan on. I can't do this.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
God.
it's
Here
pretty
it comes.
warm here today. It's 87 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, sorry, team. You're gonna have to put up with less than ideal audio quality because I'm not gonna pass out while streaming because it's too hot. That is not how I die today.
Yeah. So it's 31 degrees Celsius for anyone wondering how warm it is here.
We're on cardioids, so it shouldn't pick up that much of the sound from over there.
I'm sorry, what's that temperature in America numbers?
No, that was the first one I said. I said it's like 87, 88
Oh.
degrees here or 31 Celsius.
Ah! Sorry, I didn't hear. I think I was too distracted by the fan noise to process any other audio going on.
Sorry,
That's
for
on
not
me, I'm
only
good.
providing the temperature and freedom units.
Oh,
but-
Red, is it that loud?
No, it's not that bad. It's just, this is kind of how my ears focus on stuff. If there's a new sound, I'll be like, nothing else matters until I process this.
Ah, yes.
So, it's on me. It's all good.
Ari for Jaden Animations is watching over you, red and blue. I don't know what that means.
I also don't know what that means, but
Thanks.
But Appreciate it.
not to sass, but that guy's been spamming the chat all day.
Oh.
Week, it's 92 here. Yes, but we live pretty far up north. It should not be this hot.
We can also
If it
put
gets
people in
to-
timeout if they spam. We have that power.
Yeah. Someone
Aw,
was
damn it.
spamming repeatedly,
No.
even when they're timed out. So they're hidden forever now. You'll never see them again. It's the price you pay.
Everyone's like, it's
Anyway.
hotter where I live. Yes, but you don't purposely live in a cold environment to try to not get this hot.
Yeah,
if it gets, if
we
it gets
chose to live here.
If it gets to negative 10 Fahrenheit, then it shouldn't also get to 90 Fahrenheit. And it was like 97 earlier this week. And, ugh. It's too big of a range. Too big.
So, here's a fun weather climatology fact about the colonization of the Americas by Europe. If you've ever looked at a heat map of the world, you might have noticed that Spain and the rest of Western Europe are all much hotter than everything on the same latitude in the Americas. And that is entirely because of the Gulf Stream. The Gulf Stream, which kind of loops through the Gulf of Mexico and then scoots up northeast, brings all this warm Mediterranean water. Sorry, not Mediterranean. All this warm equatorial water up and just really, really heats the local environment. So basically, Western Europe did not know that they were living in a unusually warm and temperate climate for their latitude. So when they sailed straight west and hit Canada, they were like, what the fuck is happening? So yeah, it's fun learning how the climate of your world shapes the world building like that. But it's real history. We call that history when it happened in the real world. I always keep forgetting.
American units. No, I called them freedom units. Because
Oh,
it's F.
Speaking
Yeah.
of real world building, at one point I sent Red a rant at like 2 a.m. about how the world building of the Pyrenees Mountains is objectively bullshit. Because
Yeah.
there's this huge landmass, France, and this other huge landmass, Spain, Iberia, and there's this tiny little thing that connects them, but you can't go across it because there's this huge-ass mountain range which appears out of nowhere in the ocean and sinks into the middle of nowhere in the ocean, and this tiny little part that's connecting them happens to be this huge mountain range, which basically means that France and Spain had so mind-numbingly little contact over like the 1,000 years since like Spain as a thing kind of existed with Castile and like the Frankish kingdoms became a thing. It's like how you're right next to each other, but you never really interacted all that much because the one place where your huge land masses connect is super tiny and happens to be blocked off by a mountain pass. If this was world building, I would call it lazy.
The readers would be like, why didn't they just sail around the mountains? And they'd be like, shush, they just didn't, okay?
Gulf Stream, wind patterns, it's impossible.
Yeah, sorry, can't do it. Stars, not today.
Uh,
In other cool, real-world things happening news, this is probably the last day that you'll be able to see the Neowise comet, which I believe is
really?
currently in Ursa Major, or directly below it. Yeah, it's gonna fuck off into space for 6,000 years after today.
Bill!
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, actually. There's light pollution in my area, and I tried to view it from, like, the darkest place I could find, and I still couldn't see it, because if you can make out the Big Dipper, but not the dimmer stars in Ursa Major, Neowise is gonna be too dim for you to see. But, if you have binoculars, even if you live in an area with light pollution, you will be able to make out dimmer stars. And yesterday, I went out with my binoculars, and I found the 2 dimmer stars that form Ursa Major's rear paw, and according to the extremely useful but slightly pricey app Starwalk, which lets you keep track of actual movements of stuff in real time, I could tell where the Neowise comet was in relation to them, and could look for that specific patch of sky, and there was a bright smudge there. I couldn't make out more detail because it was still too bright, but there was something there. So, even if you live in, like, a fairly bright or, like, urban environment, if you have binoculars, you might be able to catch a glimpse.
Nice.
So, keep an eye out.
Hey,
Oh yeah, yes, there's a comet.
Sorry, no.
We didn't know the Neowise comet existed until March, but yeah, it basically made its close approach to the sun and is currently launching back off into space at high speed, shedding an ion trail and looking extremely picturesque. So,
Nice.
yeah, check it out.
Sorry, Red, I wasn't trying to yell at you. I was really annoyed because one of the things in my PowerPoint that I'm updating came out red instead of normal colored, and I was very frustrated.
Oh, believe me, I didn't take it personally.
This is why I usually try to not have a lot of work to do during your streams.
Whoops. It's fine.
It's all good. Yeah, no harm done.
Now, this is a big place that is completely empty, which is a little spooky.
That's pretty spook fine.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here, because this is listed as, like, Mongol territory, but there's no one here. It's like that BDG thing where he, there's nothing here! Ow.
I want to follow June Kwan, she's great.
Oh my gosh, June, who makes fantastic BDG and also those 2 times OSP out of context videos.
Yes.
Which, the one time that I saw, like, blue out of context on my subscriptions, I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And I was like, oh shit! And it was great. Yeah, no, she's great. June Kwan, if you want, like, all of the best BDG out of context videos.
Blue this area as a
That's where you
story
go.
location.
Story location, let's get the
Yes!
heck out of here.
No!
But I don't
Why
know what
won't you
quest
do
this
the
is.
plot?
I don't know what quest this is, so I can't start it.
There's also Saturday Shorts, which is great.
Oh, Saturday Shorts.
Got
She
my
did,
Saturday Shorts on a Saturday.
You're on a
Saturday
Saturday.
Shorts and feeling alright. She did an April Fool's video, where instead of a BDG out of context part 10, she just did Saturday Shorts on a kazoo. It was great. This is picturesque. It looks like there's kind of like a little mini quarry here. Cute. Alright, so we're off to a thing that we can hopefully do.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of Id.
The chat is telling you to find Yuna. I guess this location is part of her quest.
Oh, yeah, okay, so Yuna's all the way down here? Yeah, Yuna's all the way down there. And that's far. So we're gonna
It's
go-
not
we're
a
gonna
big island!
No, but it's our
Dang
island.
road trip.
Alright, do we want...
Ah,
We can...
I just want to know the plot of this game!
Okay, let's...
I've been, like, avoiding spoilers, because I wanted to, like, experience it organically.
Okay, let's go
It's like,
find
no,
Yuna.
let's just
We'll go
ride
find
around and
Yuna.
kill randomly generated Mongols. It's fine. It's fine.
As far as as far as other fun YouTube channels, there is Tasting History.
Oh, Max Miller.
Yes,
Oh boy.
Miller from Tasting History. who's
Highly
amazing.
recommend.
We've been watching a lot of his videos over quarantine. Sorry, the incident. And we recently watched the Hippocris video, and now have ordered the remaining spices that we need in order to make it. So stay tuned.
Because medieval spiced wine sounds amazing.
Yeah, and we have a lot of red wine, frankly.
Yeah.
Every time I visit my parents, they sometimes give me dumb stuff. Like, someone gave my mom some wine, and she doesn't drink that kind of wine. So she's like, do you drink this kind of wine? And I'm like, I am 23 years old. And she said, all right, sounds good.
Here you are.
I'm not really old enough. Like, I have some
someday.
opinions on wine, but I don't have, like, good wine opinions. Except for we did get this, like, one of them was, like, this sangria in a bottle, which, according to Blue, tastes like Greek Orthodox communion wine.
I swear it does. Anyone who has had Greek communion wine, you know that, like, it has a flavor to it, and this was exactly that flavor.
Oh my god, it's the bandits fighting the Mongols again.
Good.
Who are you supposed to kill?
Everybody.
But yeah, so...
Here's the thing. I have no refined wine opinions. It all tastes bad to me. It's like, it's bitter and sour, and why would I drink it when I could be drinking juice instead? You know,
Have you ever tried sweet wine?
I think,
Not
here's
like
the thing.
not like a wine that is sweet, like a dessert wine.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know,
Okay,
because
okay.
it really doesn't taste any different to me.
Which is why, for
oh,
Groom's
God.
Mate box, we got you lemonade.
Yes. If anyone was wondering,
Yeah.
red is
At
a
one
groom's
point,
mate.
I was...
Oh,
Heck, yeah. But yeah, at one point I was at,
so is indigo, actually.
I was
Yeah.
visiting... Oh, hell yeah. Right, sorry. I was visiting, where was it? I think I was visiting Boston during, like, restaurant week or something. Or maybe it was New York. I think it was actually New York. And I was visiting, a cousin of mine who's gotten, like, really into, like, wine tasting and fancy New York food and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, you've got to try this one. It pairs great with the soup. And this one, oh, it's just fantastic with the chicken." And I was just like, "Yep, that one's sour. That one's also sour. And I'm gonna go back to drinking my sparkling water, thank you." Yeah, I'm sorry, it's wasted on me.
No, you're good. If you don't like it, no, you don't have to drink. Like, that's the best part about living in a society. You don't have to do things if you don't want to. Unless the things are required for public safety. But I'm not going to go into that.
Yeah. Oh,
you know
no,
what?
let's
That's a
get
good
into
point.
that. Everyone wear your damn masks.
Yeah, wear your mask! Oh my gosh! I have to sometimes wear a mask, like, because my immune system is just a piece of shit.
Look, we're
so,
giving
like,
Jen a
you're gonna
mask.
be fine.
Be like the samurai, wear your fucking mask.
Like, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Trust me. If you have enough health problems that you really can't wear a mask, you're probably not leaving your house much anyway. And if you are, that's your own prerogative. But for most of you, just wear your damn mask. It's really not that hard.
Yeah.
You will be okay.
It's really not that hard. I mean, let's be real. This is not about difficulty. This is about contrarianism. There are a lot of grown-ass adults in this country who do not like being told what to do, and they will do anything to not do what they're told.
But here's the thing. That's not
I mean-
freedom. That's being childish.
Oh, I know. Trust me. I'm on the same page as you. I think this
I
whole
know.
thing is stupid as all fuck. But like, just to explain why it's happening, because I've seen a lot of people being like, "Are you fucking serious?" And like, listen, telling them it's easy won't change their minds. Telling them that they're not gonna lose anything, that they're not gonna die, that they're gonna be fine. That's not what this is about. This is about feeling powerful. And if you tell somebody, do this thing, they can feel powerful just by doing the opposite of whatever you said.
So can a 2-year-old.
I mean, the reason why it's childish is because but that's the thing, like, that's the only form of power a child typically has, the ability to not do what they're told.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get older, you get, more stuff going on, more responsibilities in your life. Most people develop the awareness that they have other forms of power and a corresponding responsibility to use those powers responsibly. But some people never grow up on that level. And I know it's filthy rich coming from me talking about other people's maturity, but like, listen, I'm childish about fun stuff, like enjoying things unironically, not endangering people to make myself feel like a big, strong badass.
There's fundamentally no conversation
So you
about
can all check
rights
off random,
without
right?
a conversation about responsibility. And a lot of people think that they can have all the rights in the world and no responsibilities. And that's the thing. Rights only work when they are paired with responsibilities. So you
Yeah,
have a
exactly.
responsibility to not be a dick. Because people who commit crimes usually, go to jail so they don't commit more crimes. So, if you want to not wear a mask because you feel all big and strong, the rights of like, oh, you can't tell me what to do don't matter, because as a citizen enjoying rights to like actual important things like freedom of speech and freedom of religion, you have the responsibility to not ruin it for everybody else. So it's a two-sided thing. You can't just get stuff for free. You have to, be a participating, contributing member of society by not breaking it for everybody else. It is a low bar. It is a very low bar.
Yeah.
But
there's a level to which this whole conversation frustrates me because, I mean, people have said it before. You cannot disassemble with logic an argument that was not created with logic, and fundamentally,
Shapiro
there's
does
no
it all the
argument
time.
here. There's just.
Sorry.
Okay, let's not get into that.
You don't say the person name.
It's okay. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
if you
dunk
speak
on
his
him.
name 3 times, he appears and puts its
And
shitty hot
actually
takes
is
about
you.
it. Anyway,
Whoever's making
Yeah, I
yellow
just think-
ban you multiple times over, stop it. That's it.
oh yeah, it's that guy. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, fundamentally, all of the stuff that's getting thrown around, like, oh, it drops your oxygen levels, oh, it doesn't even work.
No, it doesn't.
Those are excuses. They're being put forward because they just don't wanna. And if they just don't wanna, if you say, oh, well, here's why this explanation doesn't actually work, here's why it's actually fine for this, they're just gonna switch to another one. Because it's not about the argument. They're not. Some people, I'm sure, have actually been misled by people and are like, oh, well, I don't want to, like, pass out or not be able to breathe. I'd better avoid this mask. And those people, you can be like, no, here's why that's fine. And that's why Bill Nye did that video demonstrating, like, no, it's fine. And that's why that nurse did that
Ooh,
video
what is
measuring
that?
the oxygen levels. She's like,
bomb.
really? It's fine. But the point is, whenever I see people trying to argue this down, I'm like, look, it's not going to work. They don't want to do it, and that's the sticking point for them. It's not about the logic of their argument, it's about their feelings, and they don't want their little fifis hurt by having to acquiesce to big staying alive, I guess. So arguing with them is not going to help. It's just gonna piss you off and tire you out, you know?
Man, talk about snowflakes, am I right?
Anyway.
But yeah,
That's the thing that drives me crazy. These people are so big.
I wasn't gonna be the one that brought it up. No, I
You're
know,
so
but like the same
sensitive and
people
it
who are
drives me
like,
up the
"Oh, you're a
wall."
snowflake for not wanting to be harassed in public," are like, "But I can't wear a mask; it's uncomfortable." Really?
Yeah. It's my God-given right to not respect your right to be alive. And it's like, oh, poor baby, I'm so sorry that you have nothing worthwhile in your life, that this is what has to make you feel like a big, important person. Harassing the Walmart greeter by not wearing a mask.
Yeah, it's like if this is the hill that you're gonna
It's
die
like-
on, like, jeez, look 2 feet, find another hill.
This person said, "You know what reduces
you-
oxygen levels more than masks? Death."
Death.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what really upsets me about this? They clearly think they are so cool. Like, they think this is a big statement. Like, that's right, you can't tell me what to... Whereas from everyone else's perspective, it's like, oh, cool, you're a grown-ass adult throwing a temper tantrum. Okay. Like,
I realize
the
people
fact
would
that they can't
recognize
see.
how, like, puerile it is to act like that. It's like, oh, you're cool, you're being a child. Like, you don't look strong, you look like a fucking moron.
When my sister
Yeah,
was
you
little,
don't
we
look
used to
cool.
say something to her along the lines of, "You're not cute, you're not funny, cut it out." And it
Ooh.
feels like that kind of scenario here.
Honestly, that's like the perfect response because it's super condescending, but it's not worse than what they're already doing.
Man, you know
It's
what
like-
sucks? If only masks murdered school children a lot, then they'd resist all, opportunities for people
Oh.
to get on the face. Like, you can't take it away. Put Molon Labe on a mask and then you'll wear it all day long.
We are getting so spicy this time.
God.
Holy shit.
It's like,
We've all
oh,
had a
you
rough
can't get rid
morning
of
and
my
now we're
guns,
like-
but no, I'm not going to take care of you. Like, if you carry a gun to stop a school shooting or, a public shooting, but you don't wear a mask to stop a disease, like, you're not looking cool. You're not actually helping. You're just
Yeah.
trying to, be, Johnny, cool guy, big dick walking around.
But yeah, it basically, that just demonstrates it was never about saving lives, it was about feeling like a badass. And if you stake your pride on nobody tells me what to do, nobody thinks that looks cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, not to bring things back around to what we're actually doing, but in samurai fiction, which is of course the origin of Old West hero archetypes, which is kind of the origin of the current like loner, badass, not rule following cowboy type that a lot of these people do seem to idolize. There is a very specific thing that plays out that makes these characters work, which is they basically never start shit, if that makes sense. There's this whole thing in Sanjuro where the noblewoman character tells the main character, like, you're like a blade that's unsheathed, but the best blades are the ones kept in their scabbards, which is a very, like, archetypical samurai concept. And basically, it's the whole, you gotta pick your battles, you gotta know when to fight and when to walk away. And a big way that they show that these characters are genuinely very cool is that 3 a-holes swagger up and posture with their swords out, waving them all over the place, and the character gives them a look and turns around and goes about their business. Because if you are posturing and swinging around because you want to feel really cool, you're not the samurai, you're the big swinging dick bandit who's gonna get killed in the second act.
Yeah.
You're not the good guy, you're the guy who the good guy proves that they're better than by not engaging with you.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously separate reality from fiction, but, like, if you're modeling yourself off a fictional hero archetype, at least get it right. I mean,
Yeah.
God. Anyway.
Just, for those of you in the stream, just be better. Just do the good things.
Yeah.
We believe in you.
I saw someone post on the subreddit the other day, which is like, watching the streams for gameplay. No, watching the streams for Red, Blue, and Cyan's rants. It's like, this is the stuff that we keep bottled up during the videos.
Ooh, you're not
Yeah,
wrong.
you know, when we do the videos, we try and, like, keep things even-handed and kind of neutral-toned. I mean, obviously we don't shy away from political stuff, because that's... There's no such thing as an apolitical statement, and it's very revelatory what people think is political and something they don't want to address.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other rant. But, you know, this is the kind of stuff where, like, we don't make a rant video, we make an educational video. All the rants go here.
Yeah. Oh boy, there are a lot of baddies in this camp. Well, let's handle this one at a time.
Why? Whoever did this PowerPoint that I'm using as a template did it bad.
Yeah, so, last thing on the subject of masks. Stick around, because next week we'll have something fun to share with you.
Oh, yeah. Foreshadowing.
Oh yeah, I totally know what we're talking about.
You do know what we're talking about.
I forgot.
Oh.
Guys.
Oh, I totally know what we're talking about!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Don't mind me, I'm just
Oh, I
dumb.
love being on the same page.
See if I can headshot this dude. No, he moved. He moved slightly to the left. Oh, that was the cut scene from the Uncharted
Oh.
gameplay we did a long time ago. The tail of the sniper who always misses because people move slightly to the left. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm pretty good at sniping in video games, but I always go for the headshot, and if they move, obviously I miss.
Whole thing's fucked.
So, it ended up turning into this, like, whole thing, when we were playing Uncharted, 4, I guess?
4.
Earlier? Like, way earlier?
Yeah, this was
There's
years
one
ago.
bit. Yeah, it was ages ago, but there's this one bit where, like, you fight your way up a tower, and then on the top of the tower, there's just a waiting sniper rifle and a great view of the entire rest of the map. So I plopped myself down and started shooting dudes, which was really fun. But there was at least one bit where this dude kept, like, ducking behind a wall or heading slightly to the left, and then it just turned into, like, this whole bit. We ended up cutting it because I think I took it, like, it went on for a few minutes too long.
I think the problem is the bit was mostly us riffing after we stopped recording.
Yeah, that was the other problem. Just like for the rest of the evening, it was like, oh no, I hope he doesn't move slightly to the left. Am I right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, heck.
Sorry, I'm like trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing for actual work. It's not working so well.
God, it's so satisfying when you get the parries right.
Someone said, thoughts on spaghetti westerns?
I mean, that's where the Western genre mostly came from, right? It was, it was all the guys working in Italy after the Second World War who were like, yeah, let's make Western movies, sure. Because it was super easy to film. I talked about this in my Wild West video, but I don't actually remember much of the details. They're cool. Spaghetti Westerns are cool. Most of the best Westerns are spaghetti Westerns.
Yeah. I actually haven't watched any of them. I haven't seen many classic movies, which is why this Kurosawa thing has been a very recent and extremely enlightening thing.
Yes.
So, but yeah.
I feel like I also haven't seen a lot of classic movies just because, like, I don't know, I didn't grow up in a household where we, like, watched a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Same.
My dad sent me an email the other day saying that he got the thing that came, the thing from another world or whatever it was called, the thing from outer space, like remastered Blu-ray, all fancied up, and he was like, "I'm amazed at how good the quality is, because I've seen this movie since it came out, and it looked like garbage, but this looks so good. It looks like I remember it as a kid." And I kind of shared my own anecdote with playing the Assassin's Creed Ezio collection, where it's like I had played this 8 years ago when it came out, and I remember it looking really great. I've since gone back to it, and it looked like garbage, but then I played the new version, and it's like, wow, this looks like how I remember it in my head. This is so cool. We had a fun little moment of shared experience on remasters of things that you like and how they look like how you remember them. It's cool.
Nice.
When I first basically went to high school, I was like, I want to do some research on classic pop culture, and I just loaded up a whole bunch of classic movies and just watched them all in like 1 week. So
Nice.
that's when I saw, Indiana Jones and Terminators 1 and 2 and stuff like that. So, by the way, I've said this before, but highly recommend watching Terminator 1 and 2 back to back. They are wildly different experiences. And you get to see Linda Hamilton get swole in the space of like 2 minutes.
Good.
It is so fun.
God, pulling off those parries is so satisfying when you get it right. Just that I usually don't.
Be like that sometimes.
The struggle.
Yeah, like that. Haha.
Do. So speaking of our cat, she's gotten into this habit. It's like developed over the time that we've had her, where
I've never done that animation before. Oh, that's killer.
she's always liked to like hide under the bed and like nap under the bed. No matter what we put under there, she'll like fight until she finds a little pathway so she can go nap under the bed.
Yep.
Which is fine most of the time. It's been a problem like a few times, but it's what it is. So the thing is though, when she naps and she wakes up, if she's like napping near us, we usually go, oh, big stretch, or oh, she's awake. But if she naps on the bed, obviously we can't see her. So what she's taken to doing is if she's napping under the bed, as soon as she wakes up, she runs out screaming at us. Meow! Until we like acknowledge her presence and give her pats.
That's
Aww.
We're just like, did you wake up? And she's like, meow!
I can't believe people think cats are emotionally distant and aloof. These are the most needy animals I've ever met.
Oh yeah, no. She's just like, meow! And we're like, did you wake up? Hi! What you want? It's so
This
fun.
is why the ultimate friendships are cat and dog, because cats are incredibly needy and dogs are incredibly loving.
Yes.
I'd like to have a dog, but unfortunately the place that we live, first of all, doesn't allow dogs.
Any apartment ever? Yeah.
Well, not any apartment ever, but certainly any studio apartment will not usually allow a dog. And second of all, we live in a studio apartment, so not exactly the best for dog having. It's already a little cramped with the 3 of us, so could be worse though.
Run in, kill this guy. Ah, damn it. Oh, hey, I did get a critical strike on him. Oh, did I
Nice.
kill him? No. But I did good.
God. Sorry, between the discussion of the cat and the person in the chat asking about She-Ra, I was reminded of a very amusing series of tweets from Noel Stevenson, the creator of the new She-Ra, about her and her wife's cat, who I guess, there's a character in the new She-Ra who is a cat person and has a very complicated arc about, like, pushing people away and then hating them for leaving her. And the way Noel Stevenson described it is that her cat was playing out her very own Catra arc by, like, had been relentlessly bullying her wife and then had not stopped crying since her wife left the building.
Oh.
And her follow-up was, yes, Catra's character arc is extremely nuanced and complex and very emotionally loaded, but also literally just a cat. And it's just like, I mean, it's true, but she shouldn't say it.
That's very funny. Aha! I have learned a new stance. Fantastic. Now I can beat up spear people and axe people.
Also, it turns out that study that I didn't think we did, I did. I just
Oops.
didn't do part of it, so I don't have the whole data set. But I'm like looking at the study, and I'm like, oh, who's the author on this? Oh, me. Whack.
What doofus assembled this data? Oh, okay.
Well, because I analyzed the data, I didn't write the report, but because I analyzed the data, I'm still an author on it. So I'm just looking at it, I see my name, I'm like, oh, weird. Who'da thunk? It's fun. We have fun here.
Oh man, I'm gonna burn this fool. Oh god. Oh buddy. Oh, that is warm. Oh yikes.
Do you want a cookie? If I get a cookie?
Yes, I would like a cookie. Thank you, dear. We made these lime basil cookies yesterday night, and they were fantastic.
They still are.
But we had to do a quick run to the nearby liquor store to get cream cheese for the toppings before Red and I and 2 of our friends had our weekly game of The King's Dilemma, which is such a fun game, and I love it very
3 of our
much.
friends.
Red, how
3
do
of
we
our
describe The King's Dilemma accurately?
Well, first of all, it's 3 of our friends.
What did I say?
But 2.
2?
I was like,
3?
who are you leaving out? Yeah,
I
you
can-
said
Oh,
3.
yeah, no, I meant 3. I just said, yeah. Okay, sorry, carry on.
I know. Well, that's... anyway, so The King's Dilemma, I'd say it's a board game, but it's about halfway to a full tabletop RPG.
Mhm.
It's very structured. It has a very, like, simple timeline, and the turns play out in very specific ways. But the entire point of the game is that you and the other players are essentially playing an inner circle of advisors to the king, and you draw cards from a dilemma deck of things that get put before you that you need to make decisions on. And then the core gameplay loop is that you and the other players debate over what to do and, like, exert your power and influence and bribe each other to try and get you on their side. And you have you're playing as a representative from, like, a major house in this kingdom. And the houses all have their own things going on. So the house I play as are, like, religious zealots who are, like, super into this cult, and they hate pursuit of knowledge and ancient... There's a lot of bad guy houses. But they're all about, like, destroying heretical knowledge and burning witches and stuff like that. So when a decision comes up and it's like, we found this lady who's claiming to be a witch, what should we do? Send troops or leave her alone? And my house will vote for, most likely, the send in the troops. But there's another factor, which is whatever you do will affect the balance of how well the kingdom is doing. And there's essentially, like, 5 variables for, like, how's the kingdom's finances, how's the king's, like, food, how's morale, how's general education, stuff like that. And you also have secret agendas that tell you where you want those to be at the end of the game. So essentially, the core gameplay loop is tabletop RPG stuff. It's like roleplay and trying to forward these agendas and manipulate the other advisors and stuff. And the entire rest of the game is a very structured, simple board game. So it strikes a balance I've never seen done before, where it's much more rigidly structured than most TTRPGs, but it's a lot freer with the actual gameplay than most board games. So that's that.
It's fantastic. The moment-to-moment gameplay
It's
ends
so
up being
good.
like... did you mention this? That it ends up feeling like poker, where you're betting on how much power you want to exert?
Oh,
to
I
win
didn't mention
votes?
that part.
Yeah, but the actual like ways in which you have the debates it's very easy to get the hang of the system, because it's fundamentally like, oh, I'm going to place 4 power on yay to make sure that this happens, but it's a finite resource, so you have to be like, okay, how much do I really care about this? And it ends up being very fun. My house is not religious zealots, but they are basically the Sad Poet Society, where they want people to be really smart, so they write good poetry, but they also want people to be really sad, so they are moody and depressed enough to write poetry. So my motivations are ridiculous, and it ends up being very fun.
Just so you know,
Unsurprisingly-
we've been like in pixel art mode for a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez, yeah, that's really
It's the video
400.
compression.
That's the lowest bitrate we've gotten so far. Yikes. Well, sorry, team. There's a lot of polygons on the screen right now.
Someone said overly sarcastic
It'll recover.
pixels.
Ooh.
Hey.
Ouch.
But yes, unsurprisingly, House Evil Snake People Cult does not get along very well with House Sad Poet Society, and
Yeah, no.
I'm pretty sure we've never agreed on a single decision.
No, never.
Oh, it's good stuff. It's really fun because one of the things is the game lasts for several rounds, but each round lasts like 2 hours. So it's like you play it for one round for a day, and then like you come back in a week. Because the round ends when the king either dies or abdicates, and the king abdicates if the kingdom starts falling apart, and the king dies basically randomly. Some random event cards will have a "by the way, the king dies" note on them, and that's when the game ends, and you tally up your points and you see how you're doing. So
Didn't the
It's,
king die this week?
it's a long-term game.
The king died as soon as the king could possibly die. The first turn that it became
Yeah.
possible for the king to die, he died. It was great.
So it was a
It's like,
pretty brisk
we're
round.
done. Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I thought you
Yeah.
ended pretty early yesterday.
Yeah, we did. And it was funny because we'd been doing a lot of like cult-related stuff that game, so it's like this.
Yep.
This king either just died of a random heart attack or was killed by witchcraft.
I mean, you'd think it would have gone better for my house, but because there were so many decisions I was invested in, I had like no power left by the end of the round. I've been
Yeah.
like trying to hopefully
Meanwhile-
next round will be a little less emotionally loaded.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I was flat broke.
Didn't you start flat broke?
Yeah.
Did you stay flat broke?
Well, that's because
No,
you
you started with a set
bribed
amount of money.
you
Yeah,
bribed our moderator with so much money.
I bribed a lot of money for not a huge benefit.
Was moderator Olivia?
Ugh.
No, it was not.
I kept hearing you talk to Olivia, that's why.
No, it was
Yeah.
not her.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, for those of you who missed it, the game is called The King's Dilemma. Highly recommend. Yeah.
Oops.
That's...
I messed up.
Ooh, the
On
bitrate has improved.
The other report I wrote, I forgot to change the name of the animal species that we were working
Oops.
on. That's rough.
Oh, can I do a kick in this stance?
Oh no, try
Sorry
it.
that it's
Don't
it's a
kick your
rough one.
horse.
I'm not gonna kick the horse.
Well, no one realized it. That's the thing. Like, this report went out like 2 months ago, and I'm only realizing it now. It goes through like 3
Oh.
rounds of quality checking.
Hell yeah! Look at
Ugh.
this. Boom!
Ooh.
Oh, that's great. This is better than the Sparta kick from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Oh man, now I'm just annoyed at the new Assassin's Creed game again.
Oh no!
That was fast. It's like, yes, more things that this game does better than both the previous game and probably the next game. Neat. Alright, now we go to the story mission.
Yuna! Yay! Is this the character played by Sumali Montana?
Yes!
Yes! Oh, I'm so glad she's getting more diverse. Okay, so when we this character, you guys are gonna hear her voice and you might recognize her and other stuff. But when I first encountered this voice actor, she was being really solidly typecast as hard-ass military badass ladies, because she's got kind of this like husky contralto, and she does a really good like kind of gruff badass. But you know, it's never fun to be typecast, so I was kind of like, I hope she gets to play more roles. Oh, and Critical Role fans, she showed up on one of their sessions. She played, I think, Nala, the Firbolg character. So you'll recognize her. She's really cool. She's been tweeting a lot about this game because she's very excited. So.
All right.
Yeah. For those of you who've missed it, I have a job and am working from home today, which means sometimes I do things and I get really frustrated because we're you know, it just be that way sometimes. That's fine. Also, why do you keep pasting really, really tiny?
Oof.
It's her! My girl.
Kenji.
Alright, we're doing here the Broken Blacksmith. I love these like super samurai cinema reminiscent title cards that we get at the beginning of all the story missions and the side missions. I don't know if it's accurate to how like credit sequence and titles and you know Kurosawa movies actually are, but it looks rad.
I'll tell you in a sec when I see it on my end. Oh, yeah, that's fully Kurosawa. The only difference is that the background isn't black. Because Kurosawa movies are from like the 50s and 60s, that was when they were doing the credits at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
So most of the movies begin with 2 to 3 minutes of orchestration and just credits playing out in these big, bold, white brush letterings over a black background. So, yeah, that's directly from there.
Nice. Hey, look at that. That's nice at the same time.
Yeah.
Usually that only happens with the appearance of certain numbers. It's funny that like the number is like the 69 isn't even a sex joke anymore. It's just like, heh, nice. It just exists in itself.
Just...
Where like with 420, it doesn't have to be a weed thing. It's just like the number itself is funny. I find that interesting that it's like transcended the original joke and just become a funny number.
Humans are whack.
Yeah.
The fact that we have funny numbers is goofy as all fuck.
You know, the only thing funnier than 24?
25. That's gonna be your birthday cake next year.
Nice. Alright, maybe after this is done we can upgrade some armor. That'd be cool.
Oh, now they want you to turn up the game audio.
Oh, because dialogue. Well,
no, it's a trap. It's a trap.
Okay, yeah, because there's about to be a fight.
There's captions, friends.
Yeah, there's captions. This is why we have captions. Because I don't want to be
also,
adjusting things in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, also, there's going to be like a cutscene movie of this. There's probably already one. Someone's definitely gone through.
Yeah, I regret to inform you that if you're here for gameplay, you will be disappointed. If you're here for the story, you will be disappointed. But, yeah. I was watching Tim, Hello Future Me, on his second channel. He's been posting a couple little live streams, well, not live streams, but like videos of him playing Age of Empires while giving like live commentary and talking about stuff. The first time was just him talking about, what was he talking about? Oh, he had Benji from Tale Foundry to talk about the process of writing a book. And the second one was him by himself talking about writing tropes and like what tropes he really likes. And he was like, wow, it's really difficult to like play a game and talk at the same time. And I thought, oh, maybe multitasking is hard. Maybe I'm not just stupid. Because I always feel so dumb when I try to like carry on a conversation while there's a game going. Where I either end up playing the game badly or I'm just like, yeah, what Red said. I'm like, wow, no, maybe multitasking is hard. Maybe I'm not just really stupid.
Yeah, no, it's difficult. And, you know, that's why I've got us here. The conversation can flow without you having to carry it all by yourself.
Remember the
solo streaming is so much harder.
I remember the original streams where I was playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey by myself, trying to talk about history. Oh boy, I do not think that those were very entertaining streams. Yeah, well.
Honestly, like I think that the fact that only like 2 or 3 solo gaming channels have really survived from the halcyon days of gaming channels being the only thing you could watch on YouTube.
Yeah.
Is really kind of a testament to how hard it is to actually make that entertaining.
Yeah.
And most of the ones who've made that work seem to kind of just talk sort of stream of consciousness or like play games that are really immersive that they can, you know, scream about or something. Whereas the larger groups like, you know, Achievement Hunter, Game Grumps, the ones where it's multiple people playing off of each other, you can have one person immersed in the game doing the stream of consciousness thing, and one person carrying on an outside conversation, and that's more entertaining to watch a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's tricky. It's a hard balance to strike. It's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of Funhouse recently, and I've been very impressed with how they've managed the transition to everybody being at home. Because obviously, when you're a comedy channel where the premise of your work is that everybody's in the same room, it can be difficult to adapt to a new scenario. But they've done a really good job, and their new content has been hilarious. So I've been having a lot of fun watching them do all that.
I've been watching a little more Game Grumps than normal. They're now doing it over like a Discord call, kind of like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And I think they've adapted quite well. It sounds very. You can kind of tell it's a little bit goofier because it doesn't reach the same quite frantic heights that it does sometimes because they're also kind of on a bit of a visual delay, so you can't have both of them reacting to the same thing at the same time. But I don't know. I think they're making it work, and I'm glad because this whole situation has really, like, I don't know, kind of kicked the legs out from under a lot of people's setups.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Can I not go through? Okay, fine.
Can
I'm
you
gonna
break
need to
through
go
that
and-
other wall?
No. I do want to go and upgrade some stuff after this because
So
I
this
think
is-
I've got like hella things to work with since we've done basically 2 live streams worth of just like side questing and stuff.
Yeah. So this is like a sneaky mission?
Yeah,
Like a
we're
sneaky
trying
rescue mission, I
to
think?
find Yuna's brother Taka.
Fun.
Jin's uncle. We look people in the eye when we kill them. Jin's game player. I used to play Assassin's Creed.
That's not sorry. I'm too busy shooting people in the face.
Pew!
Alright, we're gonna go over here.
Is something dying back there?
Dying.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, the stream has turned into a slideshow though. Yeah, that's why I was.
Why
Frame
does
rate
it say it
mentioned.
has excellent connection then?
Yeah, it's because it's a lie.
It's a liar. I think the PS4 might be being a little janky.
I mean, it's an old PS4. I got it in 2013. There's only so much we can do. I'm sorry, friends. We've already put in all of the new settings to make it hopefully a little better.
Try your best, but you don't succeed.
314. Your stream's current bitrate is low. 316. Yeah, you're fine!
Yeah.
Lies. Oh well.
Man, a lot of spammers in chat today.
I know, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Thanks for the
Thank
views,
you.
I guess.
I was about to try to get that.
Even
Yeah,
though we have the spam
I
filter,
hit
it
the
seems to
timeout
not
button.
stop people from like typing the same thing 4 times in a row.
Looks like Indigo also hit the timeout button. Thank you, Indigo.
Yeah. It's just a matter of like which one processes first.
Yeah.
So, I do really like how this gameplay section is kind of hearkening to, you know, like Splinter Cell and
Yeah.
similar games where you sneak around and pick off people. Although I guess at this point, thanks to the Arkham games, that's more of an Arkham thing than Splinter Cell thing. But I gotta once again rep my boy Akira Kurosawa and how he does. One man must take on this entire fortress full of dudes. Because in I think it's Sanjuro, there's one point where a few of the good guys have been captured and the main character has gotten himself hired by the bad guys and is like, ah shit, what do I do? So what he does is he just single-handedly kills everybody in the fortress and lets the people go.
Nice.
So all this sneaking around, I get why they're doing it, because you would be wildly overpowered if you could actually just, like, one hit, one kill everybody.
Yeah.
But, it's just another case where the needs of gameplay sort of supersede the samurai tropes they're drawing on.
Yeah.
Which is, no, he really is that good, he just doesn't like killing people, and he tries to avoid it when he can.
Yeah.
That was a big blood splatter.
Yep. So we can go up. Yeah, let's go up. Can I not? Are these not windows that I can... Oh, really?
These windows have holes, but you cannot make a hole.
Wow. Bullshit.
That's
not what I wanted at all. Fine. Can we just go with the back light? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Oh, found her boy.
the boy!
What?
Nice. Isn't... Wait. What are the names of the characters who show up to Alucard's house in Castlevania Season 3?
Oh.
I've lost track of their names.
I don't remember. I think I actually still haven't watched that season.
I know they're
But I
both
know what you're talking
bisyllabic
about.
names, and I can never mind. I was
don't
confusing
think
my
it's the
tropes for
same
a
as-
second. But I'm 3 episodes in. It's nice. It's cool. There's a lot more like real world locations, which is kind of neat. There's one point where like one of the characters actually pulls out a map and shows you like, yeah, so this is here, that was over there, and it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Huh, neat.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's so framey. Sumi and Taka. Yeah.
Oh. So one of them is named. Huh,
One-
okay.
Yeah. It's like, am I just being awful, or do these characters actually have the same name?
Oh, God.
And thank you, Indigo.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
So we rescued our boy. Are
We
we
rescued our boy.
is he joining the party?
Escape Osmobe. Meet up with Kenji at the
Oh, God.
crossroads. Cool. Nice. Well, I'm sure we'll be back to destroy that that base at another time. But not right now. We're not that skilled right now.
I hope they give you the option to burn them down later.
Yes.
That would be pretty fun.
Oh,
Very cinematic.
Mongols.
You can either fight them or you can just.
Yep, he went that way. Go get him.
You
I'll
want
show
it?
that
Go
dastardly-
get it!
Street smarts.
Y'all gonna die.
I thought it was hilarious that the actual officer, J.J. Bittenbinder, did not very much appreciate John Mulaney riffing on him. But did nothing
I
to
mean, that doesn't
discredit
surprise
all
me
of the
in the
things that John Mulaney said about him as being completely true.
Well, that's so often the case, isn't it?
Where am I supposed to go?
You know the thing that I think is really impressive about John Mulaney? If you listen to, like, different recordings of his same routines, they are nearly indistinguishable except by how long the audience laughs.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes that's the only way you can tell that it's a different recording, because it's amazing. His delivery is so consistent.
Yeah. The only person who I would dare say is more consistent than John Mulaney is Bo Burnham, but that's because so much of his stuff is musical that, like, every single thing, down to the sound effects playing, is, like, perfectly choreographed. Bo, is, like, a
Bo.
machine.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
I think that's enough of
Horse.
this for today.
Good plan. Oh, I'm so sorry that the stream is all fucky.
Honestly, how about you like pause the game for a hot second and see if that makes it kind of level out? Because I've
Let
seen
it catch
that
up.
happen before. Yeah, maybe. Also, if you wanted, if they have like specialized audio sliders, we could get the dialogue audio a little bit higher, so that doesn't affect the fights, but the cutscenes
sure.
are a little bit louder. Oh wait, it already looks way smoother.
Oh yeah, they do. Look at that.
Cool.
It was smoothing out before we even paused.
Oh,
Who knew?
beautiful. Actually, real quick, while we're there, I'm just gonna
Save.
save. Cool.
Tomorrow I just have to add the stuff that I've actually done recently, so that should be a lot easier.
Oh, beautiful.
I could use a drink. Same, Yuna. Same. Even if the drink is just lemonade.
Or tea, or wine. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
I was telling Red yesterday that
sake?
it's okay.
We don't have sake.
That I've managed to basically ruin my own sleep schedule because I've gotten really careless about how late I continue to drink tea. And while we were playing our game of The King's Dilemma yesterday, I was still drinking tea until like 9 o'clock. Granted, I passed out promptly at 10:30 and slept until 7. But getting really careless about how late I drink tea has definitely been not ideal for the quality of my sleep.
I've actually tried sake, and wasn't very impressed. It
I
didn't
enjoyed
taste like
sake.
every other alcohol. Really? But it's so
I mean,
bitter and gross.
We got some kind of janky sake
Okay.
at
Have we not told you the sake story from Epcot?
we talked about the Epcot bar crawl, right?
This sounds very familiar.
Yeah. It was us and one of the Greens and his girlfriend, and we went to Epcot along with the rest of Disney.
But specifically, this story took place
Yeah,
at Epcot.
we drank around the world at Epcot, and we ended up tanking their sake shots because they very much did not enjoy them.
Yeah, we were doing that drinking around the world thing, where Blue and I we were splitting a drink at each place.
Right.
And they were not doing that for a lot of the time, so we were already starting off on interesting footing. But when we we went to get sake, and they were like, oh, like, what do you think we should get? I'm like, well, I like it warm. It's kind of fun, especially because it was pretty cold that evening.
Yeah, it
for
was,
Florida in August. So we got the sake, and then they both like tried theirs and didn't like it, so we ended up downing theirs.
Yeah.
And we split yours, and then that was the only place we decided to get different drinks because they had like this violet sake drink thing that I thought looked really good and was delicious.
Yeah, frilly as hell, but delicious.
So it was
Oh my god, our boy's having a little drink.
good sake is really
Oh, that's
sweet
funny.
sake. You are correct. However, we were in Disney, in Epcot,
Yeah.
In August.
in August.
Oh. Oh my god, this game is so fucking pretty. Even when it's so foggy. Love it.
T is God tier and Iroh is my soulmate. Yes.
Yes. So.
What time is it? It's 3:30. I have to, at like 4, go make dinner.
Okay. And that's about when we're
Yeah,
gonna stop. So
that's
I don't
fair.
think we should do another story mission, but we can do another, like, camp or something if we
Yeah.
feel like it.
Yeah, why
Let's ride out to over here and
Discover
see
that
what's,
location.
yeah, see what's going on.
Yeah. See, Tuesdays and Thursdays are fun because I have ASL class on Tuesdays and Thursdays via Zoom, but it starts at 6.
Yeah.
So that means we have to have dinner like fairly early because you really can't like eat and sign at the same time.
Yeah.
Some people do. They'll like eat their dinner like while they're not busy, but I have a new instructor that I've had for the other classes, and he's very fast. Very fast.
Yeah.
Which is a little difficult for me because I don't always do the whole processing information visually, or like I process information visually better than like auditorily, but when things are really fast, sometimes I have trouble tracking it. So, but I'm getting better, so it's fun.
Huh.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, so we have class tonight, so This is also like a speed run for class because it started yesterday and ends at the end of August, and we have like a bunch of units to cover, so it's like twice a week for 2 hours, and we're just gonna like go. It's neat. I don't live in Florida anymore, but when I did, yikes.
Yeah. Florida's rough. Like, not only is it warm, it's Florida.
Yeah, that's true. Those people need help. Most people need help.
I love that you just get... Oh. Are you there? Red?
Uh-oh.
Red? Red? I see your icon came back.
Can you guys hear Red?
I can't hear Red. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Nope, she's gone. Oh, well. Well, you're stuck with us.
Red!
Yes, there we are.
Woo!
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
We were just talking about Florida. We have a new mask.
Oh. You know,
No.
if you don't like your mask, you can maybe make a new one. But you should always wear a mask.
I do not like that. It is a meme. However, I do not like that mask. Alright, let's go. Let's go get some stuff. We can fix up some gear. I was just commenting on how I like the fact that,
oh
there she
no!
goes.
Red!
I like that you get side quests from just, like, talking to people.
Oh, you're back. Hello?
In the world.
Red!
Happens organically. We can hear you. Your gain's a little low.
No!
Oh, no, she's gone. Okay, no. There she is.
Are you here
We
now?
hardly knew you.
Hello?
Yes, we can
there
hear
we
you,
go.
Red.
You're a little quiet.
No, I don't think she can hear us.
Red?
Red?
No. Okay.
Can the stream hear us? That's what you keep switching.
Oh,
I
sorry.
want to know. Okay. Chat. Can you hear us?
They're on like a...
I know.
Yeah. Another rumored location. No.
No.
Okay. Ah, a new...
Red?
New technique. Cool.
Question mark? Indigo said this is an elaborate ruse for Blue to take over.
I didn't mean for it to be quite like this.
No one ever told you it was gonna be this way.
Alright, oh, I need silk.
Ah,
Yes.
there we are.
Yay!
There we go. You return.
I think okay.
We could
okay.
hear
I was,
you
like,
each
disconnecting
time
and
you would come
reconnecting
in.
and nothing was happening.
We would hear you, like you
could?
would say a couple words, and you would be like, "Hello," and we'd be like, "Red," and then you just hear again, and we'd be like, "Aw."
I'm so sorry. I couldn't hear you at all. I thought I was just in limbo. I'm sorry I cussed into the stream.
No, it's okay. I don't know if we caught that
Okay.
part.
I don't think I caught that either.
Well, good. Then I'm back for realsies.
Nice.
I hope.
Alright, let's
I
upgrade
should probably
some
stop
swords.
jinxing it. I'm never gonna die! Okay, here we go. Woo.
Ooh.
Okay.
Alright, now we,
Whew, what did I miss?
Not
nothing. We've just been
much.
doing some upgrades and talking smack about Florida.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Usual stuff. Alright, what do we have else to upgrade here? Oh, sorts of armor. We can go to a trapper for some capacity upgrades. Or, yeah, no vanity gear. Oh, you know what? We gotta be able to... let's see if we can go to... where can we... Is there a merchant? No. Swordsmith, armor, blower. Fast travel? Yeah, let's see if we can change some of our outfit colors and get some new armor. Because if you get flowers, you can
Ooh.
you can dye your armor different colors. So right now we have this big doofy helmet and these traveler's robes. But if we talk to this guy, nope,
Hey,
that's
this
different.
guy. Big goofy helmet, this guy.
Just for you.
No,
Oh, that one you can do.
oh, the sticky bombs.
Sticky bombs. Anyone who watched Dora as a child remembers sticky tape? Or is
Oh.
that just me?
I never watched Dora as a child.
I had little sisters, so
Me
we
neither.
watched a lot of Dora for a long period of time.
Oh, yikes.
So what's the sticky tape situation?
There was just like this one episode that's like stuck in my brain that they had a hot air balloon and there was a hole in the hot air balloon and there's this guy in the hot air balloon. He's just yelling, "Sticky tape! Sticky tape!" every time you see the hot air balloon for like the entire episode. Ah.
Huh.
Oh, this is a vibe.
I like how you can only see your mask under it then.
Yeah. If your samurai hat doesn't look like you're wearing an entire bell, then it's not a big enough hat.
It's called fashion. Look it up.
We look like a Dark Souls boss.
You do look like a dark
Oh,
You wearing the
jeez.
Chanel boots?
Yeah. Alright, cool. I think it was Jin Sakai, but I couldn't tell under his giant doofy hat.
Do you know the tale, my lord? Nah. Can't hear you over this hat.
Have you ever heard the legend of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Thought not. It's not a story the samurai would tell you. It's a Mongol legend.
Oh God.
I love people being like, I actively tried not to watch Dora after age 4. Yeah, I didn't really have that choice. Younger siblings.
Yeah,
My younger sibling was
Yeah.
under the age of 4 until I was like 10 or 11. So there's a lot of Dora in the memory.
Let's go clear out a Mongol fort.
Well, I'm debating whether or not I should have another cookie. I've had so
Oh.
many cookies. I had cookies for breakfast because we were stuck trying to open the door.
That's right, yeah.
Mmm.
Oops.
Oh,
Oh man, what was it?
What was that, Red?
So because of my sleep schedule, I end up eating a meal that I like to refer to as dark lunch.
Yes.
Around midnight, because I have dinner at 6, and then I'm up for an additional 10
Many
hours.
hours.
So I gotta eat more food. So I make myself some dark lunch. But yesterday I got a little caught up in eating some delicious tortilla chips with sour cream, and then I looked up and I was like, oh, no wonder I've been just noshing on these for an hour. It's nearly time for me to eat dark lunch. So
good.
the snacking danger is real.
I just love the questions that sometimes show up in the comments. Like, who here plays the clarinet? It's interesting
Not me.
thing to ask. Trumpet gang rise up. It's like, okay, why are we talking about instruments? I play neither. I have played a trumpet once or twice, because I did play a horn, but I was not a trumpeter because the trumpet is very high pitched and very squeaky. And no offense to anyone who plays the trumpet, but a lot of people in middle school and high school who think they know how to play the trumpet don't actually know how to play the trumpet, and it left some scars.
Oof.
Oh, God.
Dark lunch.
Yes.
Red has this
Join
sleep
me in the dark lunch side.
Violin gang. Oh,
I played the flute, so that
Nice.
was fun.
I did not play the flute. I played, let's see, in order, piano, viola, violin, mellophone. I don't know if I'm missing any. I mean, I played the recorder for a time.
Well,
I really
yeah,
want to
I
learn
think
to play the
that's
cello. That's the
fun.
one I really want. Cellos are cool.
Ooh. Cellos are classy as fuck.
Yeah, the problem is, I'd have to buy a cello. Yeah. Yeah.
Bit of an
Legend
investment.
grows.
It would
Now-
be a
Would
good
it
investment.
fit in your apartment?
Ooh, the Shadow Samurai.
Yeah, that was also the coolest, almost insta-kill that I've ever done in this
It
game.
was pretty cool.
Wind chime or black powder bomb? Let's get a wind chime. Let's do some stealth so we can lure people, because we already have a lot of combat-focused things. Oh no, it's laggy. Damn.
Oh no!
I hope people got to see my cool kill at least.
I saw the cool kill.
Cool.
Then, yes.
Just
Non-
yeet some black powder bombs.
Now everyone's just saying their instrument and gang. Cellos are
Guys,
the
that's
sexiest
called an
sounding
orchestra.
instruments. I agree. No, but seriously though, that's one of my life goals is to save up enough money to like buy a cello.
Ooh.
Yeah. Except for the cat keeps making us spend all our money.
We got a harness
Oh,
so that
yes.
we can potentially take
No,
Cleo
so
on walks.
you can take Cleo on walks.
Fair,
I'm
fair.
like, I'm not taking her out, but you can.
All right, so 15 minutes left of stream. What do we want to do?
Yeah, look, another mellophone player. Nice.
Pick a fight with some Mongols?
Yeah, do we want to take out that base that we just went
Yeah.
to?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Go
Yeah.
finish your unfinished business.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Cool armor. All
Ooh,
right, well, we're
do
not
you
going to do that.
Aw.
No, because that's going to take a long time. The
Oh,
last time
okay.
we did that, we ended up going like an hour over.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Because we had to look for that damn
Yeah.
white tree. All right.
Netflix is the best instrument. Oof. Also,
No
I like the
country
people
fan
trying to
is
figure
not
out
an
what to
instrument.
call the choir. None of those were good names. Just call yourself Choir Gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a choir.
It's like Throat Gang, Screech Gang, Mouth Gang. It's like,
Mouth
no,
Gang.
no, please don't.
And for the record, guys, instrument gangs are typically called orchestras.
Unless they're called bands.
Ah, you're right, I forgot.
About the band?
What's the difference between a band and an orchestra when you get right down to it?
Composition.
Is it the number of participants?
No, it usually is what instruments it's composed of, at least in my experience. An orchestra usually has strings and sometimes others, whereas like a band pretty much never has strings, but if you have like band instruments and orchestra instruments, people still call it an orchestra.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there are some folk rock bands that have like a fiddle player, and there are some orchestras that have been incorporating electric guitars because electric guitars fucking rule, and you can't get that kind of sound on another kind of instrument. So you know, it makes sense. It kind of makes sense. But the point is, like, after a certain point, it's like, well, you've got a band that has orchestra instruments in it. I mean, there's like 80s rock that has a flute in the intro.
Yeah.
And then there's orchestras that have electric guitar solos, and then there's bands like Nightwish that seem to have a full orchestra and a lead guitar, and it's like, what's happening? So,
I think it mostly only matters in the concept of like classical music, because I feel like once you get outside of classical music, it's just called a band.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Meanwhile, there's also drum corps. Don't forget about
You know,
that.
I guess the difference between an orchestra and a band is, do you have a conductor or not?
Well, but
Oh,
like a
that's a
concert
fair
band has a
point.
conductor.
It does.
All right.
Yeah,
fair.
a concert
I know
band.
so little
Not.
about this.
Oh yeah, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, best. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
TSO. Yeah, they rule. Not that anyone calls them
No,
that.
no calls.
No. Oh, my boys TSO. No. Oh God. I always know when the Christmas season has begun because Trans-Siberian Orchestra's cover of Carol of the Bells is used in every car ad.
Yeah. Just like completely ignoring the fact that the commentary of that music is that it's about the war of the dissolution of Yugoslavia, where all of those war crimes were happening down in the Balkans.
So Indigo says
explains why it's so
cellos are
dramatic.
not cool. I played cello in 3rd grade. It was bad. I was very small and it was very large.
I don't suppose they make child-sized cellos like they make kid-sized guitars.
They do, but it only matters to a point, and especially depending on where you're renting from, some places will only rent like half size and up, so if you're very small, then like... also, speaking of Trans-Siberian Orchestra, a sleeper hit would definitely be Wizards in Winter, which is a really fun song by them, and if you haven't heard it, you should listen to it. We played it once, when we had like an advanced orchestra, and we played a lot of Trans-Siberian Orchestra stuff, and it was fun. Oh.
I will need to look that up.
Yeah, no, it's a good song. It's like...
Oh, and for those of you who are looking for similar things to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, but maybe with a little more electric, I mentioned them before. Still recommend Nightwish. They have a 10-minute song called Ghost Love Score that is like 5 songs mashed up, and it's really good.
What is your favorite European royal dynasty father? That's a random question.
I'm glad you
It's a
asked.
bit
I think that my boy. Oh God, what's his name?
I couldn't tell you.
Anna Komnena's dad, Alexios Komnenos. He's my boy.
Yeah.
The last name also changes gender?
Yeah, when you Latinize it. It's weird.
There it is.
I can't believe Cleo slipped through like this entire stream.
I know.
Maybe it was a very exciting morning and she's all tuckered out.
Yeah. Maybe.
It was an exciting morning. She was, when I was trying to force the door open, she decided to come up to me and like meow at me, and I'm like, I'm working on it, and then she was like, meow. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. Then I ended up, so the treats that we give her, you can feed them to them as like food. We don't, because they're treats and not the food that we give her. And like you'd have to give her less because they're higher calorie, but like my point is they're not like super high calorie. She can eat them as food. So I ended up giving her some treats as like breakfast, which she did not complain about, I will say.
No.
Well, of course not. So she got cookies for breakfast too.
Yes, Cleo and I both had cookies for breakfast, and Blue had pumpkin chocolate chip bread,
Yeah, it was good.
which you made.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
made last night.
Oh, fancy.
No, you made 2
Oh,
nights
and real
ago.
quick before we drift away fully from the instrumentation stuff, there's a musical duo called Two Cellos.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Dudes. Yes, I love their stuff. Every 3 years I remember they exist and go back and listen to their entire
Yeah.
catalog. Highly recommend.
At OSP, you should play a tabletop game on stream. Oh, no.
Oh, Tabletop Simulator's already
No.
so jank, and setting up the cameras for like a real tabletop game. Oh boy.
No,
you think
that's
we
a
have
whole
technical
thing.
issues now?
No, you
this
don't
is
want
this is 2
that.
boxes and a microphone. Just you wait until we get cameras in this mess.
We're also, like,
You
not
need, like,
all
a
in the
studio.
same place, so we'd have to, like,
Yeah.
have someone watching. We'd either have to use Tabletop
be a whole
Simulator or,
thing.
like, have way too many cameras to make it worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tabletop Simulator is more doable. It's just that it's janky.
It's so janky.
Oh, we're back to slideshow mode.
I'll put the game in pause for a little bit as we reflect. Who's your favorite European dynastic father? I'm glad you asked.
Finally, I get to gush about my boy, Alexios Komnenos. Okay.
Anyone have Kool-Aid for breakfast? No? No, I don't usually have that in the house.
Okay, real talk. Does anyone actually enjoy the taste of Kool-Aid?
I was going to say,
feel
does
like
anyone
it's,
actually have that
like-
anymore?
I mean,
Yeah.
I think
I
I think my cousins did, like, as a kid, they liked it.
But to me, it's just, my brain knows it's flavored water, and therefore it's just water trying to trick me into drinking it.
Oh, you
instead
missed.
of, juice or coffee or something else healthier.
There we go.
Ooh. Ouch.
3rd time's the charm.
To be fair, like, I'm not really a, like, drink mix type person, and I know they make, like, pre-mixed Kool-Aid, but it always just tastes like it was a powder dissolved in water.
Yeah.
And, like, I have to drink a lot of that anyway, because I have to drink, like, I don't like Gatorade and stuff like that, because it's really, really sweet, and I don't love sweet drinks, so I spent a lot of time, I have to drink a lot of electrolyte stuff, so I have to put powder in water, and, like, you can taste when there's, like, was powder in there. It tastes powdery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. I have a little like squeeze bottle of one of those like
Oh.
drink
Right.
enhancers where it's just like a colored liquid
not
that
that.
you put in your water and it
Yeah.
gives you like, I don't know, nutrition. I cannot get it. Tastes so fake. Like, I know that it got squeezed out of a bottle, and I don't want to drink blue raspberry water. I want to drink something real. So
No,
I don't know.
I feel
it might
that.
just be my own brain being like, no, I know this is fake. I know it came from a bot. I mean, whatever.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of the ones that
That's a
I
lot.
drink are like, they're like lime flavored or lemon flavored, so it's not that bad. But
Right.
a lot of drink mixes also just have a lot of sugar, and the ones who don't have a ton
Yeah.
of aspartame, and I don't like the taste of aspartame personally. I don't know about you.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. It's like, it's sweet, but it's not right, you know?
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah. It's fake.
My
you can
lord,
tell.
please free me. No, I just killed all your captors just to funsies.
Yeah.
It's like,
Free
you saw a
yourself.
samurai trying to free the peasants. What did he look like? I don't know. He had this big fucking bell on his head. We couldn't get a good glimpse.
Probably kind of rugged. I mean, we're just cold reading here.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid pie is the best. Who hurt you?
Okay, that's
sounds,
too cursed.
That sounds illegal. That's a capital crime.
I do want to make a.
You can actually be brought before the Hague.
I do want to try to
Sorry.
make a cherry pie because we have cherries and I like pie.
I like seeing, like,
Oh,
when
man.
you look on a map and then you see the names in the local language because the Hague becomes Der Haag, and I just think that's funny.
Yeah.
Dutch
Sorry,
is
the
a
cherry
fun
pie
language.
thing reminded me.
Remember
There's a lot
my
of,
mom's family friend who's become our
Oh,
family friend?
yes.
Where someone's like, so you're living in Amsterdam, do you want to try and learn Dutch? He's like, oh, no, God, no, I would never.
Sorry,
Good friend.
yeah,
Like,
the
you
cherry
insult
pie-
me.
the cherry pie thing.
What's the
Ads.
most aesthetic historical weapon and why is it the Guer 43?
The German pistol? No, that's a Luger. I clearly not, because I don't know what weapon that is.
Ooh. What would you say is the most aesthetic weapon?
I think in terms of the sheer aesthetic, the katana has so much of an aesthetic attached to it, where it's
They
basically...
can't get around your head!
My hat has AoE. Where the katana basically has supplanted every single other weapon in Japanese culture, where it's just like, oh, this weapon is an entire hemisphere's worth of military culture that it just sits on top of. I think, in terms of, like, powerful aesthetics, definitely the katana. Not that it is my favorite, but I think that the katana has a powerful aesthetic.
I like the trebuchet.
Oh,
I'm a fan
trebuchets
of the
rule.
scimitar.
Ooh,
I love
scimitars
that,
are cool, too.
on the most recent video, someone's like, ah, yes, blue is a trebuchet meme. Very good, very good. After I made my wisecrack about, Mongol trebuchets.
How can he not see you?
I don't know, maybe you
He's,
should
like,
check
right
his
there.
eyes!
It's the bell.
Ha.
You just can't see
It's
past
the bell. It's like, it looks like a person, but there's no face. It's just a bell.
It's like I'm being attacked by a wandering temple bell? Okay, well.
Hey, buddy. I do like that all people except for Mongol leaders are auto kills when you assassinate them, but the upgrades make it go faster. That's cool.
Ah.
Because Assassin's Creed's Odyssey, you can't actually one-hit kill everybody. Some people you just can't. They have too much health because the game insists on making you play through its dumb leveling system. But this is a cool way to do it where you still have a very significant reason to upgrade your stealth weapons, but you won't be not able to attack people because you don't have your thing upgraded the right way. It's just that it becomes riskier that you won't be able to do it silently. Ooh, Jin just glitching out over here. What? Cool. Oh, we're about to style on this dude. Can we not? Ah, damn it. Oh, well. Yeah, okay, I was gonna try to jump assassinate on him.
I have a question. Have you actually died in this game at any point?
Not today! I know,
Huh.
I'm surprised too. I'm doing
This game is
way
quite
better than last
forgiving.
time. Maybe it's my
I guess
practice.
that's You know what? Maybe that's it. Like
No, it's because you said you
can't
were gonna
exactly
die.
just-
Yeah, whenever I say I'm gonna die, I don't.
Maybe it's just that you can't exactly hammer your way through these
What?
bases, but if they kill you, you just reset. So it's like instead it makes it feel like, okay, this isn't working, I should leave and try something else. So you can't chip away at the base until if you do badly enough, you're just not going to make progress. Rather than them punishing you by killing you, they just kind of make it so that you're not making progress until you get your act together.
No,
and,
you
start hitting
you
people
can
one at a
die
time.
pretty often. I died a lot in my first couple hours of playing this game. I got enough upgrades that I'm a little less squishy, mainly by going into the baths where the bird looks at Jin's ass. I got a lot of health increases, and then getting those little gold orbs at the bottom. It increases my resolve, which is really useful for. Yeah. There we go. Oh, that's so cheating. Just throw a bomb at the guy, knock him over, and then kill him. Ah, beautiful.
Is it cheating if you're just using a really effective murder weapon?
In the eyes of samurai warrior culture, yes.
That's fair.
Jin's uncle would be like, no, you didn't do the thing, you didn't do it right. Whereas Jin's like, uncle,
give you
just let me kill the Mongols.
He's gonna give you the disappointed relative look when you rescue him. He's
Yeah.
like, now did you use the sword and kill everyone honorably? And Jin's like, well... Yeah, I may have just stretched the definition of honor a little bit. The uncle just like...
I looked him in the eyes
He just
after
like
I
full-on
killed
guilt
him.
trips you. Yeah. He's just like, oh, well, you know, maybe if I really mattered, you would have rescued me properly. I don't know, just...
Oh my god. I didn't know you thought so little
like,
of me,
you know,
Jin.
You really think I'd accept a rescue that involved you, like, stabbing people in the back? Jin, come on.
Please, you're better than that. Now I'm gonna go back inside and I'll drive you.
Yeah.
Rescue me when you can do
We're
it right.
gonna do this properly.
Yeah, I do think it's cool that the game allows you to alternate between stealth and not stealth, because you kind of like go in and out of combat encounters, which is something that Uncharted 3 got on back in 2016, where it's like, yeah, if you get spotted, maybe you shouldn't have the entire like next 4 miles of shoreline goons know exactly where you are. Like, you should be able to go back into stealth, and this game does a really good job of that, where it encourages you to mix up your playstyle between the different themes. Alright, now I gotta free these elders. I don't know where they are. And after that, it'll be a good time to,
I didn't realize the hot springs raised your health. I thought it
Yeah.
was literally just so you could get, you know, get some steamed bun action.
No. There's real gameplay, I promise. Like that meme of like
I'm sorry,
watching blank when my parents come in, and then it's something like horribly gross happening.
Oh, my water bottle's almost here. And some of our spices to make that hypocrite.
Oh yeah, our spices.
Not all the spices.
No,
Some of them are going to be here.
spices.
Oh, it was delivered. We've got marjoram. Marjoram.
Marjoram?
How do you say it?
Marjoram.
Marjoram?
Majorum. I think it's marjoram, yeah.
Okay,
Majora's
well.
the mask.
You're not wrong. Also, your
Have you guys
cat leash
tried
is on its way.
the hot buttered beer recipe?
No.
I saw that one, yes. I don't know how I feel about it.
Huh. I mean, he said it was really good. The thing is, if it's just gonna be bitter and gross, I probably won't enjoy it. But like, by standards of alcohol, it looked good.
Yeah.
I would imagine it depends on like what beer you use. Like,
yeah.
there are definitely some that are like lighter and a little bit less strong flavor versus like if you were to use like Guinness.
I was looking through the recipe like, is there any way I can make this that doesn't involve me including beer? And the answer is no. So.
Aw.
Well, actually, so one thing, I don't know if it would work, but in the past, like when there have been recipes that call for beer and I haven't had it, if you can use like ginger beer, but only if you like the taste of ginger beer. It obviously won't taste like beer, but it's got like a close enough flavor profile that it sometimes works. I don't know. I mostly use it for like, I usually don't have beer like on hand, so like if I'm making like a beer batter or stuff, I'll use ginger beer and it works pretty well. It doesn't taste like stupidly gingery.
Makes sense. I tried to make a version of Silibub without the wine, which is basically just whipped cream
Yeah.
with orange juice in it. It was quite good,
Yeah.
but I
That's
think I
good.
didn't quite get the full Silibub experience.
All right.
We should try to make silly bub at one point. I'm trying to see where the rest of the spices are.
They're on their way. We had to order from a couple places, right?
Oh, yeah, we ordered... Most of them we were able to get from the Spice House. By most of them, I mean the long peppercorns and the grains of paradise, which are, like, two of the more unusual ones.
Yeah.
And then the marjoram and the... There was one other one we ordered from Amazon. Because they didn't have them on the Spice House.
All right. Look for the Mongol leader. Did we not already kill the Mongol
I
leader?
thought you
Is there
did.
another one? We've already killed like 3 like mini leaders. Maybe there's a big leader. Maybe there's a boss fight.
That would
How do you boss fight?
that would make sense.
I'm just
Start
excited because
whistling.
yeah,
When is
So
I'm getting a new water bottle, which is fun.
ooh.
Because I broke my old one, which was free. Sometimes science
Aw.
companies will offer to send you free stuff if you fill out their surveys. And since I'm not
Ooh.
responsible for ordering things from my company, it's especially funny. Oh, this is a serious.
I think this
Serious
is a
moment.
boss fight with a health bar and everything.
Yeah. This looks like a real
Ooh,
fight.
A proper boss fight.
But yeah, long story short, I got a water bottle from Thermo Fisher Scientific, and I had been using that for a good long while because I needed to drink a stupid amount of water, and it would hold a stupid amount of water, but I broke it. So now
That's
I'm getting
fun.
a new one.
So, I don't want to I don't want to make it seem like I'm getting on you for any accent thing, but the way you pronounced water
Yeah.
is similar to the way my dad pronounces water.
Did
and I
your
think
dad
it's an
grow
East
up-
Coast thing because
It's more. I don't know if your
My-
dad grew up
my dad grew
around
up-
New York and New Jersey, but it's or Philly too. That
yes,
yeah.
yeah, Manhattan, straight
Okay.
up Manhattan,
Yeah.
city boy through and through.
Yeah,
So
it's-
he's got almost, yeah, sorry, he's got almost no discernible New York accent, except sometimes he'll say like, "Oh yeah, let me pass you the water," and I'll be like, "The what,
Yeah.
father?"
If you get
Say it right.
some of my friends will just say like, "Oh, what was that? Wooter?" I'm like, "No, it's not wooter." But
It's
like,
water.
yeah, you say water with like a.
Totally.
Oh, Miss
Yeah,
Cleo
basically-
is awake. Hi.
Hey.
Yep, there
Yep,
she
there
is.
she is, screaming at us. Hello. You guys might have not been able
Quick,
to
get
hear
her on the mic.
Oh, that was a beautiful parry.
No, it's okay. She stopped now that I've given her a pet. She just wants us to know that she is awake and willing for pets. You want to come up? You want to come up? Yeah,
Let
there
me
we go.
serenade you with the sound of my voice.
She only sits on the couch if she can sit between Blue and I. She doesn't like when we're sitting next to each other.
Oh, this is too cute. You're killing me.
Hello. Yes, you. We're talking about you. You want to say hi? Say hi to Red.
Say hello. Let me love you.
Oh, she's just trying to eat my earbud. Okay.
Ah, she's snubbing me. Or
No.
maybe that just means she loves the sound of my voice so much.
She loves the sound
Oh,
of your voice so
beautiful. That's how you kill a warlord.
Indigo says
Ah.
Wooter Squad.
Wooter Squad
Wooter
rise
Squad.
up.
It also happens in 4. It's like, oh, is that 4 or 4?
4? 4?
And bow because we're being polite.
Yes, bow to his dead
Where's
body.
the
Very
village?
polite.
I'm sure he really appreciates it.
Bet that man
His
has
ghost
some
is like,
low
oh, and here I was
oxygen.
gonna be all mad, but
Oh, he bowed. I guess it's fine. The bell's on the back of her neck.
Oh no.
She has a little bell on her collar so we can hear where she is.
Because
which
she's
is
a gremlin.
which is the only way that we can keep track of this cat.
yeah.
We don't live in a big area. Like, there's only so many places she can go.
The
And-
footprint of this apartment is small.
Yeah, but yet we still lose
Small.
her.
I'm glad that we have it like on recording when Cleo wakes up and just screams at us for attention.
Hello.
It didn't
Someone
come
needs
through on
their
my
knees
end, but
clipped. Oh, really?
I hope it came through.
Darn.
Someone
We'll
needs
see if
to
it.
get
I
their
mean,
means
Discord.
split.
You know,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
it'll come through.
You know the saying, you mess with the beans, you get the means.
Your means are getting really long, Miss Bio.
Charm of Vitality. Defense charm. Neat. Alright. Well, having liberated... Oh, this is the best
Woo.
part. When we look at the map and then it goes...
Ooh.
Ba-da-da-da-da, poof! I mean, there was not a lot to see. It was a bay, but yeah, it's cool. I like when it does that.
You freed it from the fog of war.
Yeah. Awesome. So, this has been another OSP Ghost of Tsushima stream. We'll surely be back. I don't know if we'll be back on Tuesday because I gotta get some work done next week because boy did I not be productive this week. Sneak peek, I needed to make a map of all of Europe in the 1950s. Make of that what you will. And it took a long ass time. It ended up looking great, but oh man, was that not a fun experience. Usually I like when the map has like 1 or 2 shaded in things at once, let alone 25. Anyway, that was that. And I'll probably need to do some work next week, but maybe we'll have one stream next week. We shall see.
Yeah, we'll play it by ear. You know, we'll announce it.
Oh wait, Golden Bird, show us your secrets. We'll follow the Golden
shall
Bird.
we end on a nice shot of some samurai buns?
It's stuck. Okay, well, the Golden Bird died. I think that's. Oh no, there it is. Golden Bird
God.
straight clipping through the wall here.
Apparently, your Mongols video is being recommended from this one.
Really funny.
Yeah, someone sent it us on Twitter, a screenshot.
Let's end with this bamboo thing because I love this minigame. Oh, I did it wrong. Damn it.
Oh no!
Do I get another chance?
The funny thing is, like, because I see this on such a delay, all I hear periodically is, alright, I'm gonna do this thing. Oh, I did it wrong, damn it! And I do, like, you're still running up to it from my perspective.
There we go. Look at that.
Well done. Complete.
Cool. Oh, I love those little mini games. Usually I'm better at it, but that one just got me. So.
I think it was the double taps of a lot of them.
The double tap, yeah. Ta-da. So that has been Ghost of Tsushima for today. No upload tomorrow because we had our one excellent scene, but catch us next week where Red has a trope talk?
Let me check my schedule real quick so we don't miss
I think it's a trope talk. I'm not going to
I
spoil
think
what,
it's a
but it is a trope
trope
talk, I think.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, wait, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, tune in next Friday for Trope Talk. We're taking a break. 3 videos uploaded in one day, if you count this stream, is a bit much.
Oh, shit,
So-
yeah, you're right. That's your OSP content. You'll have to scrounge over the weekend.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
All right, good
Sorry.
stuff. Thank you all for coming into the stream. Hope you had fun. Enjoy your Thursday and have a nice weekend, and we will see you all next week. Later.
Bye.
Next time.